right, you guys. I know I'm already late, so go ahead and run those thumbs up, girl. I had shit to do. All right, thumbs up the video, share. Shout out to all the new subbies, like all of that good jazz, girl. You already know what the hell we're here to get into, and yes, I have my special guest. In the green room. Miss Sharrell, girl, in the whole wide world, baby. She here, loud, live, and it got bitch, all right? So please thumbs up whether you are a Bush baby, part of the replay gang, whether you're active in the streets right now, girl. Do all the things, girl. All right, with no further ado, let's go ahead and push. Oh, where's my merch show through? Okay.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Sharrell.
Okay. Hi, Conscious. How you doing?
I am well. The better question is, how are you doing tonight?
Child, I'm good. Oh my God, Conscious.
Me for 112 reasons, Sharrell. Should we talk about? Are we going back to the beginning? Like, why are we even here tonight?
Might as well.
To explain to the people, like, do you want me to explain, like, why we're here tonight?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So I was over here minding my business, okay? Doing an old nasty piece of commentary, girl, and an old messy bitch came toward the end of my live talking about a horsey is somewhere out in the pasture requiring a shotgun to their raggedy ass leg, girl. So I was like, oh, okay, it's a horse screaming, really? And they was like, yeah, girl, she talking shit about Chiz, she talking shit about Sharrell, girl, okay, because apparently she don't won the fucking Oscars. So I was like, okay, so I just continued on with my live stream, and then I got off, all right? So then I caught Sharrell because, you know, I know how trolls can be, and I know how, not even just trolls, I just know how messy bitches can be. So I was like, I'm the kind of person, I don't trust as anybody. I don't give a fuck what people put into my chat or whatever. I only will cross-reference it when it comes to, like, reputable people and people that I trust and people who are going to truly inform me. So I caught Sharrell because I'm like, okay, if her name came up tonight, then maybe she's already watching. Maybe she knows more about what's going on than I do. Or maybe somebody put her up on game, send her a link, whatever the case may be. So I called Sharrell and I was like, Sharrell, are you aware of apparently like your name is in a conversation right now? And Sharrell was like, no, I'm over here squeezing my titties, making love to parents. I'm over here by my mom like me, the bitch. So Sharrell ain't know what the hell was going on, honey, having a good night in Vegas. So I was like, okay, Sharrell. I said, well, somebody came into my chat and was kind of whistleblowing. I said, but I'm not going to watch because I don't watch that individual to begin with, especially not ever since that bitch stole my content, tried to edit me out of my shit, and tried to use my shit to get herself a good Google AdSense for Christmas, girl, you know. And I don't even mind, you know, the sharing of the content, girl. But, you know, the last thing a bitch could have did was properly, what's the statement? Properly credit me for my work, all right? Especially if it was going to go to cocaine. The least a bitch could do, you know, if I'm going to indirectly help to supply cocaine, bitch, is at least thank me for the content that made cocaine possible. So, you know, ever since then, I really ain't been fucking with the bitch. And I really was confused last November when he even did that, because I'm like, girl, first of all, like, you know, I don't fuck with you, girl. I have flamed your ass up, laid your ass down from side to side, girl, ripped you apart, put you back together, and then, projected your ass into the Chopra goddamn cloud, girl, and disseminated you back to the universe. So I don't even know why you're circling the block around, because see, if I was to put that bitch on for you, okay, see, I would go over there and use those community guidelines to atone for my content being stolen on Instagram, and I would use those Google guidelines, those community guidelines, to atone for my motherfucking content over there on Miss YouTube. Okay, if I was that pressed, okay, if I was that type of a bitch, even though I have every reason in this situation to be that bitch for a bitch, all right? But I let it slide because, girl, we in inflation, and apparently that girl needed a back brace. She needed a scooter. She needed a trampoline. She was trying to build a studio. She needed new mics, girl. She was trying to, configure her adoption papers. So I was like, girl, let her do what she needs to do to get her needs met, etc. I just took it as an affirmation to, of course, being that bitch. Because no matter how much these hoes talk shit, Sharrell, no matter how much these motherfucking dick suckers talk shit, no matter how much these pussy poppers claim to not like you or to not like me, clearly you would have to be a fan, bitch, to steal a bitch's content. Subscribe in front row like every fucking body else, glued to the motherfucking television like every fucking body else, like every other conscious member is, girl. Had to listen word for word, had to put it through an editor and listen to it all over again, girl. Was so inspired. Okay, was so motivated by the content, had to share it and without shame at that. So it was really a win for me. So fast forward, we got Miss TGIF. And before we get into Miss TGIF, what's going on, Perry?
Hey,
Oh
what's up,
no,
girl? How you
Perry, what are you doing here?
doing? Oh, well, no, I mean, if my wife had to wake up, I woke up too.
Period. This is why we got husbands in the heat of the night.
Yeah.
That's right, Perry. Women duty.
Yes, sir.
So before we even get into the TGIF, because see, I was what I was. Cause see, Sharrell, you already know what you already know why that pendulum is swinging, because see, I didn't really want to have to do this, and even though I'm gonna do this, I'm still gonna do this in a way that makes sense, because I really could set a fucking match to the entire motherfucking straw house over there. So I'm gonna make it do what it do, but because I gotta respect a lot of powers that be, I'm gonna do this in a way that can still accomplish what needs to be accomplished without burning the whole house entirely down. But before we get into that, is there anything you and Perry want to just say before we get into the minutia of it all?
Yeah, let me. Oh, go, Perry. What'd you say?
No, go ahead.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Is that the man? I don't know what should I call him, because I don't,
Horsey.
Okay, Horsey's a trip, and let me tell you why. I don't know him. I don't think about him, dream about him. I don't know him like that. But we crossed paths because of Jason Lee, and I said, well, you shouldn't burn bridges like that, because Jason Lee is a good person to know. And so he couldn't have been that mad from some shit I said a year ago. That fight had nothing to do with me, but it goes deeper than this, because I'm sitting up and going like, obviously he really wanted this job. He was all happy and giddy, and this was your moment. You got something that you want, and it should be a celebration. But you bring my name into it. It makes no sense. For now, let me get into what he's doing. It made no sense. What I say or do should not affect him at all. But the weird part is, I had just gave him a compliment like a couple videos ago. I was like, somebody had asked me, how do you think he's doing on TGIF? I said, oh, he's doing pretty good. I said, I like the way he's holding his own. Then he did an interview with Storm Monroe. And I said, I like that interview because it reminds me of sometimes when you're a blogger, you think you're the only one going through this shit. But we all go through it, from, you know, the audience liking you 1 minute, you say something wrong, all of that. So this beef he got going is in his head. I don't have a beef with Armand, because if I had a beef with you, you would know. But then I'm saying something must be wrong with him. That I must live in his head rent free. But then I figured out what he's doing. Okay, this is what he's doing. He's actually crossing into my territory, which is the housewives. You know, I seen him the other day with Quad. And a lot of people go around and say that you have a lot of influence in that world. You know, you just mention a name and then they get fired. And so I think he's realizing that he's crossing over into my lane, and he must feel a little intimidated or something, because you just picking a fight with somebody for no reason is very ignorant and very childish what you're doing. But the shit you do on your channel, that's not going to work in the housewife world. We're older women and we ain't got time for the nonsense, because that what you just did tonight was dumb. You could have made something, said something really worthwhile and inspiring to other people, but you going back on what you always do is starting beefs. You know, I never had anything against Armand. When the rumors went around, when the picture went around, when he had the white powder up his nose and everybody was calling him a junkie, I didn't get in that. When they was going back and forth with I don't get in it. So you trying to make me an enemy for something that's going on in your head. Either that, or he real upset that I friends with Jason Lee and he's not.
Yikes.
Me and Jason Lee don't talk about him. We don't think about him. Nothing. Jason going off, running for city councilman. I don't think about him. Who walks around with that kind of hatred in their heart for a year? That when you get your mom and you said you prayed on it, you lit candles and did all whatever seance you do. And then the first thing you do is try to drag Sharrell into your mess.
Right.
That is ridiculous. It's immature and it's childish, and it's not going to work in the world of housewives. And you don't even know what you're talking about. There's shit going on behind the scenes with your damn network that you must not even know about. Clearly. Okay, like you ain't gonna have that job too much longer. Ooh. Why don't you go talk to the people behind the scenes and find out what's really going on at Fox Soul? Stop opening your mouth about something you don't know about, because I wouldn't be cheering for a job that's only gonna last 3 damn months. And you think you putting it, rubbing in my face? I don't care what you do. I was cheering you on as a black man. Hey, good for you. Exactly. You know, congratulations. But you want to turn this into a third grade beef because you're childish and you don't know what's really going on. How many people apply for that job? How many people applied? How many people did they offer it to before it got to you? So you just running your mouth. Me. That's what you do best. You just running your mouth and creating drama where there's no drama to be created. Like, little boy, please have several seats. You ain't in the little rap world anymore when you can talk shit about people and the fans love it. No, now you got to have a little intellect. Now you got to know what you're talking about. I mean, ain't no telling what you've been hiding in your heart this whole year. Every time you see me talking to Jason, I can't believe they're friends. Listen, don't nobody pick my friends for me. I don't know you to begin with. Like, why? I don't owe you nothing. I don't know you. And all them compliments I gave you, I'm taking them back, because it sounds like you just as childish as everybody's saying that you are. You should be mad at the people going around calling you a junkie. That's who you should be mad at. I had no parts in that. When that picture was going around, everybody said he cracked out of his head. I didn't say anything because I don't know you and you don't know me. Right. But to be holding hate in your heart that long over some shit that don't even matter. What you had between you and Jason was between you and Jason. But I'm adult enough to know that ain't got nothing to do with me. But you sitting up there, it's just, the ignorance is on 10. The ignorance is on 10. But welcome to my world. And let's see how that childishness holds up with the housewives. You can't just go around acting like you damn 15 years old, starting beefs. Hey, I got it. Look, that was your moment. You ruined it. That was your moment. I worked hard. I'm glad I'm here. Finally got some doors open for me. You talk about go wake up Sharrell because what? I'm jealous of you now. That's why I say you're ignorant. You don't even know what's going on behind the scenes on your own network.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
I don't even think you asked them, am I the first person you offered the job to? I don't think you even asked them that. You didn't even ask them, what did they pay Funky Dineva? What are they offering me? You just running off at the mouth because that's what you do best. It's time to grow up if you want to play with the big girls. Grow up. Nobody goes doing shit like that. That's your moment. Like, you got the job. You should be happy. I'm worried about who I'm friends with. A person you don't even know. Because I'll tell you this, when I don't like you, you will know. Because I don't play childish games. So stupid. You're just a disgrace. Got that moment and just fucked it all up because you running around with hate in your damn heart about something. You need my approval that bad? What you want me to say? Matter of fact, I had been saying it because I thought you did good on that audition. There will never be a kind word coming out my mouth from this day on about you. I almost said the name. Go play your childish game. Go run back to Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and play those little stupid preschool head games that you playing.
And then
they
put
ain't
on
gonna work over
panties.
Here. You in a new genre. And that 10th grade shit you trying to pull, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You didn't thank your mother. Didn't think your father. No, I'm serious. You didn't think the person who thanked the person that hired you. You want to talk about Sharrell, a person that don't even know you, but was giving you props behind your back. Because when they called and asked me, what did I think? I could have drugged your ass for filth. I could have said, you might not want to hire a junkie. I could have said that.
He did.
I could have said he's too childish to even sit on your damn panel. I could have said that. I have not uttered one bad word about you. As a matter of fact, when Conscious brought me on here and he said, do you think he's talented? I said, yes. What, you want me to lie about you stealing the tape from Conscious? That I ain't gonna do. So I don't know what your problem is. But I have no interest in knowing you anymore. I ain't got nothing good to say about you. And I bet you those rumors are true. The picture going around town with the shit up your nose. I still didn't comment on it. Because that's not my business. If that's what you do on your free time, that's what you do. But it's got you paranoid as fuck, creating enemies that you don't have. Little boy, go sit down. I ain't got time for your shit. Go sit down. And you will never make it. You will never make it because of your attitude. Who just goes around trying to get enemies for no fucking reason? Yeah. Am I influential in the things that I do? Yep. Do people take my advice all the time? You'll find out.
Yeah. I mean,
that was deep. That was goddamn, Sharrell.
The man had no respect for the man. Right there. He didn't thank his mama, his daddy. He didn't think about the friends that left him. Where they from? From Antigua? The people he went to school with that really threw his ass under the bus. You ain't worried about that, but you worried about Sharrell, a woman that's 53 years old, your senior. But you ain't worried about the people that drag you every fucking day. Like it's fruit from a tree. He got somebody, people drag you every damn day. Somebody make a video about you every damn day, but you don't care about that. You worried that you don't have Sharrell's approval.
Well, you're right about that.
It's so childish.
That's the only approval that matters is CTV and Sharrell's.
He's so childish. I don't even think you deserve it. But don't worry, you won't be there long.
No, I mean, Sharrell,
Go find out what happened. Go find out since you want to run your mouth. Go ask them, how many people did you offer me the job to? How many people did you offer this job to? Was I the only one to take it at such low pay? Why don't you go find out?
God damn it. God damn.
No, because I don't have time for the foolishness. Like, you just gonna pull my name out of a hat? Because you're threatened.
And he is.
You can't come over here acting like you in preschool. Grow up. Grow up.
Yeah, I mean, Sharrell, that's the part that got me. For real, I seen him. on this channel. I was like, okay, good, congratulations. We have always said that, but the problem go back to when a person is not mature enough to take somebody's advice, whether you agree or disagree, you could have walked away. We said you shouldn't be burning bridges. They make it out more than what it's supposed to be. We didn't say he was on the cocoa, right? We didn't say that. We just said, hey, you know what? Whatever happens, and not even taking Jason's side or his side, just don't burn bridges, because we had to deal with that ourselves, right? So for him to really come out here and take it to heart, like he'll always say, well, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But a lot of the shit after that went to Clubhouse. Like sometimes...
His anger's misguided. Did he say the name Jason Lee?
No.
Somebody that really he got the beef. Did he mention Jason Lee?
No.
He's just a coward that he thought will be the weak link. But I got news for you. I'm not the weak link.
What exactly? Because his whole thing was,
I could have called Fox Soul and told him everything that's going on about your ass on the internet. Don't hire a junkie. Everybody been saying your ass on the cocoa.
Shit. God.
I could have told him that, and they would have listened to me. I could have been like, no, he got a bad reputation.
Oh God,
he got a drug problem.
Oh God.
I mean, ain't nobody.
He know that shit, and he knew where it came from, and he know who said it. But he ain't gonna take her on because he's scared of her. So he thinks the old lady will sit by and put up with his shit. You got another thing coming. So child. He don't talk about his mama. He don't talk about that hellhole he grew up in. He don't talk about how it was a struggle for me to get here. None of that. He want to talk about Sharrell, a grandmother. Like, I ain't even in your group, but you thought this grandmother was a pussy.
Wow.
And
that's what all that is.
Wow.
Yeah, and he don't like that.
Please, you look stupid. You gonna get a, you don't think your mama, your daddy, your niece's brother, whoever the fuck that's got the unfortunate pleasure of you being in their family. You want to talk about somebody that ain't said a damn thing about you. I said it's probably not a good thing to burn bridges. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. I got to hold that in my heart. No, you're mad at Jason Lee, and you ain't got the balls to tell him.
Right. That's pretty much the same. Like, it's been plenty of people, Sharrell, like you said, say his name on a daily, throw wine in their face, disrespect him.
Picture going around with the stuff up his nose. I didn't do that.
Well, yeah. Oh, no, I'm just talking about recently where, you know, the people he probably should be going after is the people who follow him around Zeus Network, throwing wine in his face, doing all this. And
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
But, however, he want to raise his voice and say, because look, let's keep it real, people. We all have careers. He just at the beginning of his, and we at our end. We have accomplished what we needed to accomplish. But, and I understand, at a younger age, early 30s, that you get excited about a promotion. You get happy about your first job. But when you do, nobody utter the words, "Wake up, Sharrell! Wake up, Sharrell! Tell her hi! Wake up, Sharrell!" What about waking up your man next to you and saying, "Hey, honey, I got a job"? Why not call your mother and say, "I got a job"?
He had to been holding jealousy in his heart this whole time because Jason offered me all that shit that he offered on mine. I told Jason, I'm happy where I am. I ain't getting on planes, flying here, flying. I'm too old.
Right. And
that's what I told him.
Thing. That's the difference between a young man and older people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't in the stage he is. He should be pushing forward and be grateful for the job that he got. Mm-hmm. But one thing he would say, instead of coming out and having David Ruffin syndrome, because that's what he got, right?
Nobody came to see you, Otis.
Right. Having David Ruffin syndrome, right? Oh, yeah. Where are they at now? I just got a contract for a couple months or whatever it is, and I've made it, and they're still sitting in their seat. Look, be humble. Sit down. Right? That might be another one.
He don't even know that I know how much you get paid. How about that? You want to start talking shit about everybody? You want to throw out people's dirt? How much they paying you, Armand?
And then now he want to come out now. Oh, well, and on my channel, we manifest. We do this.
Yo,
Motherfucker, I
they're
don't give
smoking
I-
weed
I
and
don't give a
praying to
damn
the
what you
devil.
do.
That's what he doing.
He manifesting and shit. Well, wake up your man and tell him you got a job. Me and Sharrell don't guide your career one way or the other, whether you make it or not make it. You're not our son. Talk to your mother about that, right? But for you to
real.
come on here and shout out, wake up, Sharrell, tell her hi. You know what? We just congratulated your ass on trying to make it forward. I'm not trying to bring no black man down, but I don't need no black ass motherfucker trying to wake my wife up to say hi when they should wake up their man. I know they got their panties in a bunch, excited, and then with the gold label wine, if you want to drink that and the gold got you so excited, focus on that. Nobody need to hear,
stupid.
wake up, Sharrell.
His head is so big that he don't even realize what he doing to himself. You that happy over a promotion?
Well, it's almost like a first job syndrome too. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck have you been? Haven't you had a job at young 33, whatever his age is? But now you want to come out here and wake up, Sharrell. Look at me. Look at me, people. You look, the whole thing is, dude, nobody gives a fuck whether you make it or not outside your man and probably your parents. And we don't even guide that. If you got the hustle, you can make it. But the problem is, you want to come out here and have this hot head, big head, right? That you so great. And look at him. I left him all in the dust. And then we go back to the lesson one where y'all actually fell out at. Don't burn bridges. And then, well, don't worry about them or that because look at them now. I'm on TV. The last time I checked, GTIF or whatever that shit is called was on YouTube. So what kind of TV you? I'm in Hollywood now. Last time I checked, you left Manteca down to LA, so close enough you could say you was in Hollywood. But the only thing I know is you on a green screen. So all this shit that you want to come out here and talk and act like you so big and that, well, I made it. So what? You made a couple dollars and you may make a couple dollars.
Period.
But
he made it. You know something he don't know. How long is that motherfucker gonna be on? Like, that's what I'm saying. He ain't even talking to the people that he need to talk to. He didn't say, well, who else did you offer this job to? How much did you pay them? How much was Funky Diva making? What? You giving me these crumbs? I'll take it.
Sharrell, he said one thing and that most people fascinate over. He said, yeah, I finally got a contract. A contract means you start this day, it's going to end this day. Now, you ain't retired nowhere, last time I checked. But you want to come out here and you manifesting all these bullshit, and now you want to do some terror shit on your channel. Do what you do. Like I said, we don't make or break you. But my problem is when you want to just scream out on your channel, wake up, Sharrell, as if she's your career guidance counselor. We ain't gave you no advice. He's
not mad at me. He's not mad at me for giving him good advice. He mad because he fucked up with Jason Lee and he can't fix it.
Well, no, I agree.
That's what he mad at.
You see, weak motherfuckers like him can't stand up to the guy from Zeus Network to throw wine in his face. He can't stand up to Jason Lee. But let me call out a lady.
For real.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, I'm 53 years old. Like, I ain't got nothing. Like, what? You want to beef with me? Like I'm in 12th grade?
No, I agree, Sharrell. And you 53 years old, and we're not trying to adopt a son or girl or whatever you call yourself these days.
So stupid.
Just saying.
Oh my God. You know, you gotta watch what you do. You know, most people try to be on good terms with people. You let this little thing for 3 months. Now go back, take that number back to Fox and say, Sharrell said I'm only gonna be on 3 months. What the fuck is she talking about? Why don't you go find that out? Go find that out before you start bragging and boasting about how great you are. She said it's gonna be 3 months. What is she talking about? He said that it was off. The job was offered to other people. Is that true? Go find out before you start running your mouth. You don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Nobody wished nothing bad on you. Shit, we didn't even think about you. You that fucking stupid. Go find out. You was the last man to take the fucking job.
Oh God, Jesus
Well,
Shit.
yeah.
Now go run tell that, nigga. Go run and tell that.
Oh God.
You the last motherfucker. I work for peanuts. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but you know what? You brought my name into it for no reason. I didn't call you a junkie when the picture was going around and everybody was saying you was hooked on the coke. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
But now you acting like a cokehead. Something wrong with you. You
Put Sharrell wig on, Perry. Put a wig.
Daddy, you gonna talk about go wake up.
Go upstairs, Perry. Open up the Wi-Fi.
Go wake up.
Sharrell is out of control.
No, he out of control.
No,
You give him one little thing and then you let it go to his head.
Right,
Ooh,
right.
Ooh, I'm the best. Even though I was the last motherfucker offered the job. Go find out about that.
Now, isn't that the reason why him and Jason Lee start to have some turbulence in their relationship?
Jason said
because
he don't know how to act.
When Jason invited
And he
him
felt
somewhere,
that Jason owed him because I got to have you put your own foot in your own mouth. You are not going nowhere. After this your last little opportunity to make something out of your sorry self, and you're gonna mess that up too.
God, no.
and
I mean,
for real,
who the fuck go around celebrating that I'm the lowest paid on TGIF? They asked me last after everybody else.
Oh my God.
Celebrating?
Sharrell.
Or if you don't get out of here with your dumb ass, it's so sad. It's so sad.
You know
just go ahead and burn the book, Sharrell. Go ahead and burn it up.
No, I did not talk to you about him. Like he don't cross my mind. He was just another young brother trying to make it.
And for real, I'm your husband, and I'm with you every day. Mom, we might say, hey, well, that's cool. That's cool. He's talented. But his problem is he's too talented and immature to understand what he got. And he goes out here and just burn bridges. And then once he get one little iota, you got a job. You got a contract for a couple months. Oh, shit.
3 months.
Now he want to come out here. Well, yeah, I'm just saying. Now he want to come out here and, wake up, Sharrell. I got a 90-day contract. Who gives a fuck? That's a temporary job. You can go to a temp agency and get that shit, right? And he wanna, ever since I was on Facebook, when I was 18 years old, I always knew I was gonna make it. Well, you ain't gonna make it by running your fucking mouth the way you doing. You can make it. Plenty of people had good jobs and lost them. That's what he's heading.
Can I add something in here?
Sorry, go ahead.
Can I say that I was not expecting to be the voice of reason tonight? I was expecting to be the loose cannon.
Well, hell, I wouldn't expect
you're not the voice of reason. I'm the voice of reason because I'm telling him the truth. I'm telling him, nigga, you the last person they after the job to because people didn't want to work for peanuts.
So Sharrell, Perry, unplug the goddamn Wi-Fi.
So that motherfucker, no, that motherfucker
wanted this. That's what he wanted. So I'm gonna give him what he wanted. He wanted this.
And talk shit behind, like in the closet.
So let me just add a little.
He can go and do all that shit.
Because I want to, so I want to add. I think it's interesting, right, in this discussion, because Perry, I think, just said. No, I think Sharrell, you were saying that Horsey is Gosh, there's so much shit got said. Wait a minute. Okay, somebody said some shit. Somebody said
200,000 AP peanuts. Well, why don't you go ask him, Christopher, if he's making 200,000? He got y'all lying. He got y'all fooled.
It's an echo, Sharrell. I know your kitchen big as hell.
No, because somebody in the chat said 200,000 AP peanuts. That's what they offered to Funky Dineva. They didn't offer him that. But why don't we talk about that? How you working for peanuts? Go tell that. Go wake up the person that's in charge of your paycheck. How about that?
Perry.
With Sharrell, he showed the wine. He showed the gold on a wine bottle. Let him show his contract. So we ain't even got to discuss. He can show his contract how much you get paid. He can show that.
How much square footage is Sharrell spilling the goddamn tea through? Because it's echoing like a motherfucker. How much square footage is her ass up in there screaming through? Goddamn it!
Well, it's about 4,300 square feet.
You know what? And I rest my goddamn case. Okay. Okay. So I just want to add something in here because, I'm seeing the comments and some people are saying that, okay, well, Sharrell, he only brought you up because you said that he was burning bridges, etc., after he had reacted the way he did to Armand, and you was telling him there's a way to do everything. But what people forget, right, because people are so compartmentalized and people never maintain continuity, is that everything people are criticizing Sharrell for saying, which I backed her up on as well,
You did.
and everything that he claimed Sharrell said were all also echoed in his own video. Do y'all not remember Armand Wiggins gives channel update on why he stopped live streaming, where he basically spoke about how celebrities don't really fuck with him, how everybody is a silent supporter, but nobody will really fuck with him, and that he lost his buzz and he realized how fake and two-faced and phony the industry is, and how it's so dumb and stupid and shallow and superficial and this, that, and the third. So all in all, Sharrell, he only ended up affirming everything Sharrell said. Now, let's take it a step further, because Perry brought up a motherfucker that threw roach water in his face at a free Juice Network event. And
back down like a bitch.
And what's fascinating is that he called in to his abuser's live stream and literally gave him the same advice that Sharrell gave to him.
Yep, I mean,
he literally called in to his abuser's live stream and said, yeah, you got to pick and choose your battles, and you can't be out here flaming the house up, and you can't be out here burning the house down because this, that, and the third, and, you got to, take it from somebody who has had to live it, etc. You got to be smart, you got to be wise. Every fucking thing that Sharrell said to the ninja was everything. Right. He not only found out, according to his own commentary to his supporters, but also was everything he fucking echoed back to another motherfucker who was out here pussy popping and trying to burn the motherfucking straw house down. So Sharrell, in fact, didn't say anything that was worth disagreeing with when his own lived experience quantified what the fuck she was even saying. So like Sharrell said, bringing her name up ain't about what you claiming it's about. You just a hater, bitch. And it's weird that you feel like you made it when all of our videos are being recommended in the same fucking sidebar. Bitch, TGIF, got Consciouztv and Sharrell's World right under it, girl. You made it on YouTube. Where the fuck you always been and where the fuck the rest of us at? Make it make sense. Now, now, here's the real gag, because see, because y'all know how I be, girl. Y'all know, and this for my conscious crew, girl. Y'all know what it be given, and see, I was gonna play it cute and gonna play it real coy, because for me, it's not a gag, girl. Here's a part of the reality. The gig was offered to everybody else.
Damn.
Including me. Okay?
Okay.
In the interim of understanding the ins and outs, in the interim of understanding what was happening behind the scenes, things that were happening to the network, because y'all know, as content creators, we have insight. We have all type of motherfucking people that communicate to us as influencers, girl, in all of the goings abouts. There was other things that were also presented. And when I looked at everything that was on the table, I decided that what was to come in the long run was more lucrative, which it has been, because what Claudia has introduced me to, I'm receiving.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Let me tell you this. Let me say this, Conscious, and then please. Those people that Armand is kicking on his way up, he ain't even up, but in his mind on his way up, are those same people he got to look in the face when he go down. Don't say it.
No, I'm not.
Don't say it.
I'm not. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm only going to say that, because I just want to be clear, because I made a video because everybody kept asking me, CTV, what's happening? We know you was at the table. We know you was being considered. Boom, 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 boom. I just didn't feel in the middle space because I just don't feel
it's
in.
Not their business.
Right.
Let Ramon think he's winning. It's not his business.
Trust me, boo. I ain't gonna give anything that shouldn't be given away.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel totally level thanks to you and Perry going to fuck off. It does cause me to be completely grounded.
I'm not going off on him. I'm not going off on him.
No.
Because going off is
Right.
calling Fox Soul and say you hired a man with a drug problem. That's how I go off. So I'm just telling him you're ignorant. You misused your moment on some BS. On something that's in your head. Don't nobody hate you, Armand. When I hate somebody, they know.
He want to wake up somebody else's spouse instead of his own man and say, "Look, honey, I know we've been struggling, but I finally got a job."
We was happy for him. Oh, congratulations! But now you want to turn me into an enemy because I'm friends with Jason Lee. Let's just be real, because ain't nobody did nothing to your ass, and you don't have the smoke for Jason that you have for me. Okay, make that make sense.
And shout out to Jason Lee.
Shout out to Jason Lee. He just won city councilman. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Mr. Lee. I also appreciate him shouting me out and apologizing to me through your platform, Sharrell. You know, because everybody knows the doll and everybody fucks with the king of all kings.
But how does that sound conscious? He want me to hate Jason because he hate Jason.
Yes.
He want you to hate Jason because you hate Jason.
Yes.
Look, you the one we don't know.
Right.
You're the one I don't owe anything to. I don't know you.
Here is the whole thing, because I have explained the different interims of hiccups between me and Horsey, and I'm not going to go through like the chronological order of things, but this is all that I want to say at this point. What I want to say is that I did a video yesterday and just wanted to speak to those who were wondering what was going on. Claudia is a very secretive person. Claudia likes to act first and then present. She's not much of a talker. That's why she's booked and busy. She's a working girl and a very successful girl. When I went to my community wall and I took to a live stream and I thanked her for standing 10 toes down and for advocating for me at tables and spaces that I was not at, etc., and putting me in a situation that was better in the long run and that was more lucrative in the long run. That's more lucrative, period. I wanted to honor and respect. Hold on, y'all. I wanted to honor and respect, Claudia's style. Plus, I am somebody who likes to do first and then as well. Okay, so for me, there was never any need for me to feel any kind of way because I already knew what was going on with the goings-ons in the situation. I had already been offered something and then offered something much greater and has started working on that greater. So for me, I really hope the girl is not sitting over there attempting to gag because you're on YouTube still with every last single one of us. And I hope damn sure he's not feeling like he's gagging a bitch who turned down an opportunity for a far better paying opportunity and for a situation that has a whole lot of life inside of it. Okay? Because I made the choice to hippity skip and put myself into a better situation business wise. Now, I don't really want to have to go no further in because there's a fourth and fifth wall here. But bitch, I'm happy. I don't know about that bitch because when I got presented my offer and when I got presented my situation and when I had to sign and when I had to fly out to Cali and when I had to do this, that, and the third, girl, because y'all saw all the goings-ons that's been going on. Now, this for the folks who paying attention. This for my conscious crew members, okay? Who following every step and they see every little thing, okay? I've been perched in pretty, bitch. Okay, I'm good on me.
He don't even know how this works. Listen, I have a sister that's been a part of the academy for 30 years. I've been around real
Hold on,
stars.
Sharrell. I want to say this super quick because I just saw it, and I want to say this. Scorp said that Claudia led people on to think that they would be rotating more YouTube offering everything. Everything. So let me explain that too, because this is, and see, I still don't want to say too much, but I'm gonna say a little bit just to give enough context here. Claudia, as she said in my interview, because she said this publicly, Claudia created TGIF. It was her birth baby, and it stamped out of her, Gary, Al, and Funky all, having a moment together that she thought would be great for TV magic. What Claudia admitted she did was she dropped the ball legally on TGIF. So Claudia, this is her idea. This is her birth child. This is her vision. This is the reason why this even happened and was brought to Fox Soul, but she does not own or have any legal right to it intellectually. Therefore, Claudia is not the only voice that is in the room. She also has to be collaborated with other forces and powers that be. She does not have sole creative power, in the situation, which is why she's also being forced to work with people that, slide that to the left. Claudia is in a situation where she has to go and deal with collective agreements. Okay. So Claudia, she told the truth at the top of this year when Funky left. TGIF was going to rotate, and they did. There was Carolina SUV, there was Flamin' Roll, there was Maddie, there was Dustin, there was Miss Quad, there was a drag queen like 2 weeks ago, there was Horsey, so they had there was Miss Heavenly. But in terms of the YouTube thing, that was something they were genuinely going to consider. But like I also said in my commentary, because this is where ego and this is where capitalism comes into play at. When Funky started being petty and started competing by continuing to go live at the same time every night to be spiteful, and he was rightfully doing 3 times the views that TGIF was. I think they were averaging at 3K, maybe 4K at tops at the time, because he had spun a narrative and had weaponized the Soulmates as well as the Funky Bunch against TGIF. So they called themselves boycotting it. So he was over in his live doing 13, 20K, 15K, 25K at once, etc. So producers went into a frantic, girl, and egos got involved, and it became more of a priority to try to compete with that by bringing in very established people or people who had certain numbers, etc., in order to keep the flame alive and to maintain this air that TGIF can exist and can float without Funky. This then put the idea to bring in other YouTubers, etc. A very humbling idea, a very thoughtful idea, a very creative idea, a very dope idea. But when there's competition and forces want to prove things to forces, then, that end up being the direction. So that's why y'all never saw like Make It Make Sense, who was also at the table, Sean David Way, who was also at the table, Bondi Blue, who was also at the table. There were so many content creators who were actually at the table who did not get an opportunity. Now, I don't know whether it's known or not known, but Armand and Justin, one of the producers, also are good friends. He got a buddy pass in terms of them creating an exception to the rule. Okay? Now, Sharrell said some things earlier. all I'm gonna say is the position was definitely offered to multiple people, but nobody was willing to receive what was being offered but the person who took the opportunity. Now,
But
I don't think that's per se a bad thing. Get it how you live. You know, everybody is going to work for, you know, at a different rate. And what is no money to some is a whole lot of money to others. What is chump change and just pennies on a dollar to one are, you know, it's everything to another person. You know, money is a relative thing, you know, depending on what your situation, your lifestyle, how your bills is set up will determine, you know, what type of coin you find to be of value. And so that's that. So once again, I have to personally shout out Claudia Jordan because the bitch is amazing and she is absolutely one of the fiercest individuals that I've had the privilege of getting to know. This woman means what she says, and she did not stop when TGIF decided to go a different direction. She's keeping her word, not just to me, but she's keeping her word to other people. And there are situations happening in real time, not things that are going to come later, things that are already happening, things that are already been happening. And those things are what they are. One thing y'all know about Miss Claudia girl is that she keeps her foot in every type of bad girl, from Housewives to Deal or No Deal to BET Plus movie. I mean, Claudia does it, baby. The woman is always creating. She's always maintaining a relevancy and a buzz, and she's continuing to be of immense resource as a producer and as an entertainer. And I feel forever grateful for encountering her. And I'm glad that we get to be in a situation to do some things. Am I happy for the other party? I'm indifferent toward the other party. I don't care what happens or doesn't happen. I know people were saying, you know, TGIF is going to regret this, etc. There's a whole lot of other things that I'm not going to get into for the sake of just not getting into. But
I want to explain this real quick.
Explain it, girl.
Because people in the chat are saying, oh, he got a SAG card. He got a SAG card. My sister's been a member of the Academy for 30 years. I've been around Hollywood my whole life. A SAG card is, there's two unions, actors unions. There's SAG and there's AFTRA. Okay. The minute you get a speaking role, you get to be in the union. It doesn't mean you make more money. It's just now you're offered certain benefits that you weren't before. And it's no big deal. If I go on camera and say, boo, I get a SAG card. I mean, it's not that hard to get. If you don't have a SAG card, then you're considered an extra and they don't have to pay you and you don't get insurance. So SAG cards is no big deal. As a matter of fact, it's just being a part of the union.
Girl, I know people who've never fucking acted who got a SAG card. I mean, stop it.
I mean, it's not that hard to get. I mean, please.
Stop it.
SAG card, you could know a publicist and get a SAG card. It's not that serious. So, and it's definitely not worth you thinking you don't need anybody else anymore because I got a SAG card now. You make no money with that SAG card. Show me a paycheck and I might be impressed, but not a SAG card.
Right, because the only thing he really truly has to do, right, to prove everybody wrong, because you can have people in the chat. I can't see the chat. He make 200. The only thing he had to prove, he wanted to wake my wife up. She's awake, and so am I. Right? The only thing he had to do to prove us wrong is show his contract, how much he's getting paid.
Yeah.
Let's make it clear.
Yeah. Why don't you show your followers that you get paid $200,000 a year?
Right.
Why don't you do that since you brag?
That's all I'm saying.
Let's cut to the bullshit. You can't do it because it's not true. I mean,
Let's
you
cut
just
to the
made a big
bullshit.
mess out of nothing. That was supposed to be your moment, your day, and your
I
ego
mean,
done
I
got
mean,
out of
It's
control.
our
you know
moment.
And now
what,
you just making yourself
Sharrell?
like the idiot that you are. You're an idiot.
Sharrell, because I'm gonna tell you this: like in life,
Mhm.
some people see the shining lights and want it so bright. I mean, so bad, right? The shining lights, the stars, and all that stuff that they would trick for free. I know most people don't want to understand that, right? They would trick for free just to feel that moment, right? He said at 18, I knew I was going to be famous. I was going to do this. And then he said, I'm in Hollywood. I'm on TV. Well, last time I checked, if I turn my TV on, I can't find GTIF.
Yeah.
I go to YouTube and I find everybody else. So have you really went somewhere?
Mm-mm.
Or are you just a day hustler that got a seasonal job?
What is all this? He sounds like a big old weirdo devil worshiper. The candles
and,
what?
and, and, and manifesting and,
And manifesting
and, and,
and
and
was
fingering himself.
that?
I
Okay,
don't know.
well, let's
Noah
put
said
this
fingering
like,
himself.
we not be selective about the manifestation because you have yet to manifest a spot on Queen Radio like you've been begging for 2 years. You've yet to manifest an exclusive interview with Cardi B, who gripping and clout chasing off of didn't work toward. Like, let's not be selective here about
Oh my
like we're gonna big
God.
up manifestation, but then we're not gonna also talk about all the shit you didn't manifest. But either way, girl, go off. Like Horsey.
No, but I'm
go-
just saying.
Horsey, go off, girl. Like, give it up, honey. Like, sag down, honey. I hope you sag your pants, sag your card, sag your shirt, sag
Yeah.
your whole bitch.
Right.
Oh my
Go off, honey.
God. Like, oh my
And
God.
then I'll say this too, right? Like, I support Amon. I watch his videos.
I
Like I
used to,
said,
not no more.
well, I know, but I'm saying I did.
Mhm.
It wasn't but a few months ago. It's March now. It was around early New Year's. He came on crashing out. Oh, I can't, people don't understand. It's hard for me. It's Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. And sometimes I just want to do my tarot card readings. And I'm doing this. And, if you guys not here for it, I'm just going to
Who
move on.
talking to?
Now, where was the manifesting then? You was down and out. Somebody give you a job temporarily.
Mhm.
You a day hustler is a season work, right? You know how people hire people for
And I wouldn't even
Thanksgiving,
say,
Christmas.
Terry, I wouldn't even say quite give. Maybe like kind of beg for strong arm and really.
Oh well, yeah. Look, Conscious, you know how my mind works. He probably done went and blew something. You know what I'm saying? To get it. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying because sometimes people want, like I said, people would trick for free. People would trick for free.
Mm. Mm.
And I'm just saying, and I would have never ever even uttered these words that I'm saying. But when a person come out to my wife, and
But
I gave
Perry,
him too much
listen,
respect,
Perry.
Sharrell, I gave him too much respect. I figured the bottom feeders would do it. I never thought a person with his stature would come at my wife this way.
But look,
But
I
to
just
wake
figured
my
them out.
wife because you got a
What
promotion,
stature
because
though,
you got
Perry?
a
Like when you
job.
think about it though, what stature? Like is there a
Well,
stature?
Well, no, I'm just saying that I thought he
But
was
Perry,
talented
let me say this.
enough and had confidence in himself that he didn't
Listen,
need to
I
ride
just
somebody
figured
else's
this out.
coattail. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
just figured this out. Armand only takes on women. He don't take
Right.
on the men. Have you noticed that? He always
No,
want to pick on the women.
right.
What's
And
up with
then,
that? What your
well,
ass too scary to take on a man?
right. I mean, that's the
How
problem.
you going after a woman?
That's the problem because he's doing a lady's job at the house.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm just saying.
But I'm saying, he only takes on the women. He's a bully. You just made yourself look ridiculous. This was your
Sharrell,
moment. You could have thanked your mama, your daddy, said
dude,
anything intelligent,
Sharrell,
but you
I
want to
was
start a beef with somebody you don't know because you jealous because they're friends with Jason Lee. Like, what you like
and
him like
Sharrell,
that? You
for
all in
real.
his business like that? He gotta get approval for you to have a friend. You're a weirdo, a
And
cracked
Sharrell,
out weirdo.
for real, for our video tomorrow,
Oh
and
my
I was thinking to myself, so that's cool for him. The brother moving up, and I was gonna congratulate him. until wake up,
Who
Sharrell.
is he
Wake
ever?
up,
Who is he?
Sharrell. Wake up, Sharrell. Motherfucker, you done woke me up.
Well, she's woke. She woke now, bitch.
Oh yeah, she woke. She woke. And is this what you want?
Silly. Messed up his moment, child, and then gained a new enemy. I will never, ever say a nice thing about you again in your whole cracked out life. Never again.
And then he just
And
got
now,
to wait for it.
do GIF know that they hired a damn junkie?
Well, eventually they will.
Let me be quiet.
Like, did y'all do a background check?
Girl, let me be. Girl, y'all better be lucky. I'm a bitch who can be trusted, girl, because
No.
Yeah.
You don't sit up there, Conscious, and tell me you didn't hear them rumors about our mom. You
I
didn't see that picture
even
floating
talking
around with that shit up his nose. You didn't see
I
that?
ain't even talking about the rumors, but it was something else that I was finna say after Paris said that. But no, after you said what you said, but I'm just gonna have to
Get up there and have a cracked out moment.
I'm clinging to the wall of Jordan. My God, today there is no beef. There is a Horsey has an inferiority complex. The reality is he's never going to like you, Sharrell, and he's never going to like me. He's not going to like you because you had criticism for him, regardless of how constructive it is. You had criticism for him, and people who have not really felt supported by their core, whether that be the mother you said he didn't thank, or the father, or etc. Girl, it's like they never can receive the constructiveness and the lovingness of any type of criticism because it just reminds them of all the abandonment and put down that they got from the people they love in their life. So it's just really a trauma response. And until he overcomes his own inner trauma with that rags to a towel story of his, like, you're mentioning, he's never going to be able to really let bygones be bygones. And with me,
whoa, but no, you cannot deny this, Conscious. There is somebody that comes on YouTube every single day and drags the fuck out of him.
Absolutely. There are people that have put their hands
to that, but you want to come after a woman.
There have been people who put their hands and feet on this nigga. I mean, there have been people who have literally put hands, feet, knuckles, elbows, Adam's apples, teeth, veneers on his motherfucking ass. So, we know that this thing with us is real deep, and I know there are some things too, because I'm like you, like I am going to offer constructive criticism. I don't give a fuck if a bitch like it, love it, appreciate it, whatever. I'm always going to offer the criticism where I felt that it should have been. Now, let me tell you no, I ain't even going to go there. And then there's also this issue, because as you're saying, he had a stint with you because of your proximity to Jason. He had a stint with me because of my proximity to Tasha. That's why when me and Tasha fell out, he went to his platform 30 minutes later and was like, I agree with what Tasha did to CTV and his mentor and his friend, because he was happy. He was happy that nobody else got to experience whoever he believed Tasha K to be. He was happy that he didn't have to sit in a space where people had access to a person he didn't feel he had access to, but that they did. The same way he feels about you, having access to somebody that, yes, he's mad at for the reasons he's mad at, but that he also desires relationship and connection to. And because Jason Lee doesn't prioritize like friendship and interpersonal relationship, he don't give a fuck to straighten shit out. So it's just on the floor, and it's just gonna be on the floor. So then there was issues with me because unlike him, I haven't had to go through 6 different mentors. I've had one and one only, and it hasn't crashed and burned and sunk and swole and became and unbecame and none of that and none of this. And I can't do anything about that, because that was when I fully let go of the situation. I had given myself an opportunity to get to know him, to be acquainted with him when we called ourselves having a come to Jesus meeting, and we had talked threw things in the DMs, and I made some promises to him, and he made some promises to me. And then things were really well. Things were really, really, really good. I had no idea he was over there huffing and puffing, secretly envious of my proximity to Tasha K until during this space that he and I doing good in. He's shouting me out, I'm shouting him out. Like, we good, we cool. It is what it is. But then as soon as she sells me and my mentor down the road, you go to defending her. Like, I'm just like, why would you just throw me
He's
under
a
the
big
bus?
old weirdo. Conscious,
Yeah,
we have been friends for a minute.
I know he a Gemini, and I know that the Geminis do, because it's a reason, right, that he has a reputation of being a flip-flopper. But to actually see it in real time, to see that it's not just like with celebrities, but it's people that he actually shares a social space with, I was just like, why would you just do that? Why would you just like throw me under the bus and call yourself publicly siding with Tasha in a situation that she's completely fucking wrong in? But it wasn't okay for anybody to agree that she was correct when she stole that Dr. Sebi interview from you. And when she wasn't willing to teach you or tell you what equipment she was using when you were inquiring in order to better yourself. It wasn't correct, right? It wasn't nothing to agree to when you claimed that she started stealing sound effects and bomb effects and shit from you. So now all of a sudden, you take the opportunity to gloat because you're secretly happy that nobody has to have a relationship to a woman who not giving you no relationship, and you throwing people who you've been getting along with just fine down the river. Now, I'm not Larry. So I have a whole different attitude about shit. I don't give a fuck about no bitch on the internet when a bitch goes left and a bitch goes right. So there are things to me that make a difference to me that won't make a difference to other people. So I don't have shit to do with what Larry settles for, allows, etc. And I don't even give a fuck, to be honest. I only give a fuck about what I settle for. And it did not make any sense for me to attempt to maintain a positive social proximity to someone who just for no reason could just up and dispose of me, or just up and sideline me just to get back at who. Because once he did that, I didn't know whether I was the enemy or Tasha K was the enemy. Something's like, bitch, because he's siding with her, but she's the open enemy. And then I'm over here ain't doing shit to you. I done big up your little tarot. I done shouted out your little half-ass psychic skills. I mean, like, we got a good thing going. So at this point, I'm just fucking confused on what it is you're doing and what it is this about. So after that, it was just a fucking rap. And I already did not care for him before.
He's weird.
I decided to be open-minded because I'm like this as a person. I cannot fuck with you, but I'm not a problem either to you. Like, I'm not the kind of person who I don't fuck with you, and now I'm harassing you, I'm stalking you, I'm doxing you, I'm pulling up on you, I'm beating on you, I'm punching on you, I'm hunting you down at free Zeus events. I'm motherfucking pulling out all the stops to make myself a danger to you. I cannot fuck with somebody, have my perspective and opinion about some fucking body, and hop, skip, and keep it motherfucking moving. And also still be clear that I don't like a bitch. For the reasons that I don't like a bitch.
He's weird. He's childish.
That shit
he's
was
immature.
That shit was fucking weird. So then when he turned around months later, knowing that I don't fuck with you, and then you actually come over here, steal my fucking content, which I did not care about, because I had told all the creators, you can use it, do what you do with it, just credit me for the fucking work. And the fact that you didn't even credit a bitch and then took my content, bitch, okay, content from a bitch who you say you better than, content and from a channel that you say you above, a person who you say you're above, a person who you say you're grander than, a person who you, that's what you're saying. But you got your ass over here, UFOing and extracting content to get paid off of. But let you tell it, bitch. Let you tell it. I ain't shit. I ain't nobody. I'm irrelevant. I'm jealous of you. But bitch, my content for the second time is over there on your shit. Cause that ain't even the first bit of content that you done ran of mine through.
Look, Conscious, look at all the dirty shit he doing. Ain't no way he gonna be successful. What you do in the dark comes to light. You ran over there and made a big ass out of yourself, and you forgot this is what Fox sold. Go check the ratings. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, but Sharrell, like some people, you would think like successful means certain things to you. It means something different to somebody else, right? And for him, he's too busy wanting to create a channel where he's chasing ghosts, uh, manifest, manifesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. And then like some people, goal in life is just be the main side bitch. He was cool with Jason until he felt like he was placed as the main side bitch.
But Perry, what does Armand and Jason's relationship have to do with me? See, this is how he's immature.
Oh, nothing.
What does that have to do with me?
Nothing.
Like,
okay.
Conscious, have I ever told you, don't be my friend anymore if you talk to so-and-so?
You my
like,
wife.
You're not in high school. Who does that?
But I have seen that people can't address, like, well, I don't want to say the opposite sex because he is a man, just act like a woman. And then we go on from there. But what I'm saying is that jealousy kick in. He can't stand up to Zeus throwing wine in his face. Mm-hmm. But he would address a woman real quick. Mm-hmm. But it's something there. It's something about you that I feel that he wish he was.
What?
Well, I'm just saying that it's something about it that he wish, maybe he wish he was somebody that was kept, right? That, yeah, you got YouTube, but we fine without YouTube. Because like he started his journey. I completed mine.
Oh my God.
I got funds, right? Regardless.
Okay, so that's another thing. Perry, everybody knows you have money.
Well, no. I'm saying, but for him to come out, oh, I'm on TV now. You 33. You should be making money. You should be working. I was, right? I'm just simply saying, like,
he's a big old weirdo.
I mean,
and no good's gonna come to him. No good's gonna come to him at all. And all that nice shit I said about you, it will never happen again, guaranteed. And I'll see you on your way down. Go check the ratings.
To him, Sharrell. Don't take it back.
And not taking it back.
No,
I was really
we taking
cool
that
for
shit
him.
back.
I thought,
we taking it back. When he want to wake up my wife,
yeah,
because he got a promotion.
Never say another nice thing about Armand again. Never he got a promotion. In this lifetime.
He got a job. But instead of reaching over and saying, hey, whatever his man name is, I don't know his man name. Hey, we finally made it. I got a job for a couple months and, we'll be okay.
It's like
he wanted to wake up my fucking wife.
That we're black. Black people supposed to support each other. What's wrong with you? You Uncle Tom? Well, the reason I never said nothing bad about you, because I want to see a black man strive. Grow, be the best of your potential. You over there, you a Uncle Tom. Yo, get your coon ass out my face.
And he'll never get along with you.
Never get nothing because you screwed up on the inside. You're a fucking weirdo that want to take your anger and aggressions out on women. You mad at Jason, not me, but you too scared to step to him, so you gonna step to me.
Right, exactly.
Get your little childish.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like some people are that way.
Come to you ever. Your punk ass.
I mean,
and then go tell the people how much you make. And stop that lie that you make $200,000 a year. No, that's Perry. That ain't your ass.
Yeah, I mean, he done went and tiled his living room up to make it a studio.
You know what?
I mean, whatever, dude. That's fine with me, bro. Do what you do. Like, I ain't knocking nobody hustle. Because I started off in the studio just moving up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nobody mentioned your name.
The difference is I ain't 33.
Nobody mentioned it. That's what he wanted. That's why he mentioned my name. But it ain't gonna stop. It's gonna keep going.
And then
nobody talk about your punk ass.
Let's say this for the record, so nobody misunderstand this whole thing. Because they'll say, "Oh well, Sharrell's bitter because he got the job."
I don't give a fuck what they say.
No.
I don't give a fuck what they think. I'm worried about what I got going on.
Sharrell, just in case they do. Sharrell never applied for that shit because that's a younger man's mission. He's trying to get to where we are now.
Yeah.
right? So no, we never apply for that shit because we really just do our own thing. We have a life, right? He's trying to get there, but and I was happy for him getting there until you want to wake my fucking wife up.
Just pull my name out of thin air because you too cowardly to step to Jason Lee.
He's a bitch.
Because it goes to show you how really insecure people are. Like the fact
You
that
damn right I'm bitter. And wait till I'm done with his ass. This ain't just starting. Wait till I'm done. So he want to make me his enemy. I was not his enemy. I was a supporter actually. But now you gonna get to feel what it's like when you my fucking enemy. And now you gonna see what I do to people I don't like.
You ought to be really flattered because what he revealed tonight is that his motivation to even work at all is because of us. That's why
they start having problems.
That's why we were a part of his. That's exactly why he was a part of his acceptance speech, because he's working because of us. We are his motivation. Like when he gets up and decides how he can apply his best and why he should apply and put his best foot forward, is because of you and I.
He is a pitiful excuse.
And I think that's a blessing that we get to be a blessing. I really think it is.
Now I want to know why is Fox so hiring junkies? I want to know. You hire people with pictures on the internet of them sniffing coke? Y'all don't have more standards than that? Why is y'all hiring drug addicts? Why am I echoing? I think you opened the door. Yeah.
All that fucking square footage.
Not putting a background check. They just hiring whoever.
All that motherfucking square footage. Okay, that's what square footage sounds like.
Sharrell,
square footage sounds like.
Sharrell, let me tell you why, right? Okay, when a person's moving, they go to U-Haul, Penske, or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know how you see the day hustlers out there? You almost hire anybody to do the shit that you don't want to do. That's why GTIF hired him. That makes sense?
No. Say it one more time.
Okay, I'm saying, you know how you go to the U-Haul place?
Well, first of all, Perry, you know the real reason why they hired him, right?
What?
You know the real reason they hired him. We'll tell you later, but go ahead.
Okay, no, I'm just saying. But when you get a day hustler that would trick for free, right? Mm-hmm. I would hire a couple guys. Now, I'm going to have to watch them now, don't get it wrong, to move my shit in because some shit I didn't want to do. Like I said, he's like a seasonal worker in my mind. Like, it's the holiday season, we need somebody, we'll just hire you and then we'll fire you later. You know what I'm saying? That's how that shit works. And he said himself, "Oh, I made it. I'm on TV now. Look at me. I'm somebody. I'm gonna wake up Sharrell, right? Well, wake up Sharrell when the contract over too. Wake up Sharrell when the contract is over. No, I'm just saying, like, enough is enough. Social media is a bitch, right? And we all go through the same thing. And he experienced some of the same things we experienced, but he's just not getting it. So, like, I appreciate that that interview with Storm, and we shouted him out for that.
I know. Never again.
But then he wanna, because he got a promotion, he got a job, and now he wanna wake up Sharrell.
Can I ask you a real question? I want to ask you.
Hold up. Why not wake up your little friend from Mateca, or the guy who threw that shit in your face at Zeus, right? Mm-hmm. Stop being a bitch. Sometimes, even if you want to pretend, pull up your man pants and do something. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
I don't even know what the hell I was going to ask. I don't even know what the hell I was going to ask.
I'm sorry, guys. I mean, fuck all this shit. You know what? Because, dude, I've had it with social media. Mm-hmm. Nobody really. I can go on. We do a show with my wife. They come at my wife. Not me. Mm-hmm. Come at me.
He ain't gonna say one word to you, Perry. One word, because he's a punk.
He's a bitch. Yeah. Right.
Oh, bitch.
And now he'll go to Clubhouse and say what all he can say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm DJ Bitchy Bitch, and I'm gonna talk about them. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, you in the closet. Step out the closet.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
now he got this little crazy shit coming on that I got a job now. I'm on TV. Motherfucker, you on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it real. YouTube.
Nobody has yet to report that they're enjoying TGIF from their cable television provider.
Well, and then
Not one motherfucker.
and if you're looking at the ratings, if it was on TV, they'll be watching Funky.
Ooh.
He double them up every fucking time. Let's keep it real. Where it's at, right? Send all your followers over. And then he was so arrogant tonight on his video where he wanted to wake you up. Well, I might come on my channel once a week, but whether y'all like it or not, I'm gonna start talking my manifestation and and some tarot card readings. And if y'all don't want to hear that, then y'all watch me on GTIF. Look, GTIF gonna go down, and so is your ass if you
GTIF.
ain't careful.
GTIF. You hear that, GTIF? Y'all better get y'all shit together, GTIF.
Well, no, for real. No, he has to know what's going on with GTIF, doesn't he?
Well,
No, I'm gonna tell you why not. I'm gonna tell you why a lot of people with his personality don't. I'm gonna tell you why a lot of bitches like me actually know what be going on before bitches like that knows what's going on. It's because when you have some sense and some character and integrity about yourself, it makes you actually trustworthy. The furthest thing that people do is trust people who are a liability. So those personality types are the type of personality types that you got to lie to. You have to tell them partial truths because you know that they will burn the house down. You know what it looks like on Mad Day, as we saw with Cardi B, as we saw with Jason Lee, as we saw with Unhinged, as we saw with all the other people he tried to grip and make a name off.
Okay, wait, really quickly, what happened with Cardi B?
Well, he apparently been selling her down the goddamn river as well and saying she can't rap and that she need to do better. And this after he did what he had to do to get vodka poured down his throat from her. That's after he did everything he could to do to make sure that he was at, a shoe dazzle event hosted by her and her man. That's after, he begged and wedged and enslaved himself to get next to a non-rapping ass bitch, apparently. And then here's the big gag, even in him trying to flame Jason Lee up, who only went to make millions of dollars off of what's the network over there that Carissa Please is on?
Revolt, all of that, throwing his own award ceremonies, etc. The thing about it is, because this was my criticism and my commentary at the time, was when he caught himself trying to whistleblow to Cardi that Jason was pillow talking with him and making disparaging remarks about what?
Oh wow!
Yeah, because he did that in his tell-all that Jason had been talking shit and basically telling him that Cardi she don't support nobody. She's a taker. She don't give. Boom, 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 boom. And so he was calling himself warning Cardi B, but I knew. And I said it. If you go back and listen to my commentary, I told everybody, I said that was actually going to be the beginning of the very end. Because what he also just did without realizing it is that he just told Cardi B that he is an opportunist and he's a fucking user, because you were willing to sit in this situation with me, knowing that I had somebody in my life who didn't really have my back, who was disparaging me behind the scenes. But as long as you could benefit from that person, telling me the truth wasn't a priority. As long as you could benefit from Jason, you were willing to withhold that truth. You were willing to withhold
right.
You were willing to, and then the fact that you're now conveniently weaponizing everything he told you on Mad Day lets me know what Mad Day with me and you gonna look like too. So guess what? I'm not gonna be doing. I'm not also going to be in the business of sharing anything meaningful to you, because I know how you give it up in the end. I know what the end looks like with you. Okay, but once again, when we be talking emotional intelligence, that be going over a lot of hoes' head on the internet, because a lot of these bitches is just here for the tea and the mess, and they want to see the explosion of it all. They ain't really reading the room. They ain't really seeing the end times and the signs and the symbols that are being laid out so that you can predict things accordingly. But I'm just like, how did you think you were gagging him by attempting to put him on blast to her when you really just also put a target on your back as well? Because if I was Cardi B, that would have been the minute that any pillow talk with you would have ceased and motherfucking desisted. You at that point were completely untrustworthy. You completely at that point are a liability, and at best we can have a surface relationship. So then when he went on to make you look like a shit person and to make me look like a shit person because we were telling him how to read the room and play his optics under the circumstances, he then goes and spends a year trying to act like we wasn't telling the truth, only for him to turn around once again 3 weeks, a month or two ago, and come here and talk about the way he feels pigeonholed, the way his growth feels stunted, how all these fake ass hoes. But it really ain't that every other hoe is fake. The reality is them hoes responding to a fake hoe, which is you.
Wow.
No,
I didn't know that.
It's a fake. It's
And
people being
that was
fake
like
to a
January
fake thing.
1st. It was like January 1st or something when he came out and he was at his lowest. It wasn't no manifestation at that point. You know what I'm saying?
So
It
this is
wasn't no
wait. This is
GTI.
so he just came on depressed and he was talking to the viewers.
Yeah, like that's the video that
Yeah.
I was showing
Well,
you. That I
you know
had
how
shared.
sometimes life get real? His life got real at that point. He
And
dropped
he
all his
stopped,
cards and let you
and
know
he stopped
that,
enjoying a YouTube, and he didn't want to do it anymore. He lost his love for it, and everybody in the industry is fake, and people fuck with him silently, but don't fuck with him publicly. This is why, like, we don't see a lot of the people that he can text with and talk on the phone with actually show any public support of him, and the whole industry is fake, boom, boom, boom. But you have proven that you are fake as well. So it's just
Right.
fake.
So wait, he had a nervous breakdown. This is what you just
He
like.
had a digital nervous breakdown, essentially.
No. For real, he did. I mean, he truly did. Because I looked at it, I said, "Damn, this is sad."
How does that make
That
sense?
he's a
Gary?
two-faced bitch.
If he comes online talking about how effed up he feels and how bad his life is, then why do you go around starting shit? Make this make sense to me.
Well, I mean, some people's life is structured that way, and apparently, as a kid, he never got attention, so he wanted to strive for all this. And you know, when your mama walk past you and give your other sibling something, that he wanted the stars and lights to prove something. That's why I said people were tricked for free.
Well, why would
And
he come on the internet and start talking like this? I'm confused.
well, I mean, because he had a breakdown.
He was hopeless.
Yeah.
But then you turn around a couple months later and just start trashing other people.
Okay.
You don't even know.
Okay, Sharrell, only when things got good. When things were bad, he was humble.
He was
Sat down.
That's ego. That's ego is what you're
Right.
saying.
Right.
Child, I cannot.
No, and that's the problem, I think, what happened with him and Jason Lee. Because Jason Lee gave him opportunity, in my opinion. I don't know, because I don't want nobody in the chat going off with shit. But then I invite you to a party, we doing this, but now you want to go solo, and now you snapping all these pictures to make it seem like, here I am, I'm here. He always wanted attention. That's his problem. And that's why with Zeus, he wanted that attention so bad, but when he's challenged or feel like threatened to get his ass whipped or something like that, he backed the fuck down. And I'm wondering if we got his other friend wrong. Now after seeing all this from Mateka, his other friend, his best friend.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I wonder if we got him wrong. Because he have sort of stood pat on how this person ain't shit.
But you know, it seems like he got a lot of haters out there. Should be the least of his worries. What's up with that? I mean, if you dissing Cardi B, you
Well,
dissing
okay. He ain't too much standing up with his childhood friend. That's a male, right? He ain't standing up to no male, Jason Lee. He's only attacking women that he feel like that can catapult him to a different level. Let me have everybody wake up. Sharrell! Wake up, Sharrell! Tell her I said hi. Wake up, Sharrell! I'm corporate now. Look at me. I'm on TV. Bitch, you on YouTube.
No, it's funny that but it was like that. Go wake her up. Tell her that I
Wake
got
her
the
up.
job.
He was
Go wake her
celebrating,
up.
and the only thing he didn't play was that horn. Wake her up. Wake her up. Look,
Look, Sharrell, I'm somebody. I'm somebody special.
Yeah, I mean, you were, and basically what you is to me as a child was neglected. That's what the fuck you is to me, because now you seeking all this shit that you didn't get in childhood, bitch. But go ahead.
No, Perry. So you gonna keep pushing his buttons, and he gonna keep acting like you ain't talking and go after the girl?
Well, I mean, he can do what the fuck he want to do, because guess what? Perry got time.
Oh shit!
And we
I'm
know
just saying.
Perry. And we
I'm
know
just
Perry
saying,
got
like,
Perry, please leave him
we
alone.
only
Leave
cater
him
to
alone.
him.
He ain't
We
worth
cater
it.
to him. No, is other content creator. We like, no, I mean, you can't about we ain't fucking with no content.
Conscious. Tell Armand to leave Perry alone because he don't know.
But at the same time, when you want to go up there and blow the whistle like you too short, right? And wake up, Sharrell. Wake up, Sharrell. I'm corporate now. How she like me now? She's still in the seat. She don't need to be where you at. We've earned what we got. You young 30s. And we're 50 something. You trying to get where we at. Don't forget that.
Ooh.
And I know this as a fact. When you want to just call up my wife and wake her up, we know you ain't gonna do shit about it. And Zeus tell me that.
Zeus?
You a bitch. No, when the Zeus little things, when a person throw wine in your face, call you out, and you back down, and then go on his show and suck his balls.
Okay, Perry. We got
Well, no, I'm just saying. and ain't
tell
no
him,
sucking here,
tell
buddy.
him, Conscious, don't mess with Perry. Tell him. He gonna wish he never did. It made no sense, but he got what he wanted. He wanted an enemy out of me, and you got it. I never liked you. Matter of fact, I hate you from the bottom of my heart.
Perry, do you agree with me? I think that Sharrell, just like myself, I think you should feel flattered to know that you are the reason why he works, honey. We're the reason he works.
I don't think he should.
That's why we ended up in the acceptance speech. He was unconsciously giving us our roses because
did they give him a drug test? Did they give him a drug test? Because I don't think you should be hiring people without drug testing them. He needs a drug test, and I won't speak kindly of you anymore. I'm just going to ask Fox Soul the questions that they need to be asked. Did they give him a drug test? Because everybody else on the internet calling him a junkie.
Probably not, since it's only 1 hour, 5 days.
And he needs a drug test.
In a chair.
And I'm going to call him and tell he needs a drug test. We don't want to see no crazed out junkie on the screen just ranting and raving about shit that don't make no sense. You know, that's what happens when you take that kind of stuff.
Sharrell.
And that's why he's paranoid.
Sharrell, David Ruffin fucked it up for himself. He'll fuck it up from himself too. Like, I'm just saying, no, I ain't gonna start no protest against GTFI, none of that shit like that. He'll fuck it up for himself. And then at that point, is he still gonna want to wake up Sharrell?
No drug addict should be sitting in that seat. None. No drug addict. He's not emotional mature enough to be sitting in that seat giving his cracked out advice.
Well, I mean, this is YouTube, Sharrell. This is YouTube.
Yeah, it's a lot of cracked out people, Sharrell.
Right. This is YouTube.
It's not a regulated space, baby.
So don't believe let's not believe into the hype that you might have more expectations for TV. He's not on TV. Okay, now as much as people could say 200,000, he on TV. Bitch, where did you find him at? YouTube. He's on YouTube. That's it. And the same shit. And now he want to tell his subscribers, well, y'all got to deal with my things once a week, and I'm going to do what I want to do. That's the same sad story you said in January, early January, coming into the new year. And I'm just saying, I didn't have a problem with him because I let people live their own life. That's not our child, and we ain't willing to adopt one. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, so it's not my responsibility to give you advice or whatever. My wife gave that advice just in social media in general. Whether you received it or not, other people could have.
Mm-hmm.
You don't burn bridges. And
Yeah.
then you damn sure don't come out on the day you got a promotion or your first job to wake up Sharrell.
That's really weird. It was really strange. Like,
Yeah,
what?
it's weird. It's like he
Very
couldn't wait.
weird.
He couldn't wait. Oh, that's my idol. Wake her up so she could be proud of
Right.
me.
That's what I
No,
want Sharrell to realize. She is a idol. This is your
no,
stand, Sharrell.
Sharrell, thank you.
This is a
You an
stand,
idol.
boo.
He needs your approval. Look,
Yeah.
Yeah, he did
Amon,
all this for you and me.
another piece of advice for Amon. You don't need approval from Sharrell. Try your mother.
Ooh.
Try your man for approval. Those are people that's close to you.
What
It's
happened to
important.
Conscious?
We never met your sorry ass.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna step out.
And I
Okay.
was never at the Zeus Network at the parties.
Perry taking me out.
I'm just simply saying, like, why are you seeking her approval? Unless you just want to
really
be her.
weird. It's really
Unless
weird.
you want to
Yeah.
be her. It's a weird dynamic here.
It's very weird. Yeah.
And yeah, you can go on there and read. Wake up, Sharrell. Wake up, Sharrell. Look, you woke up the wrong fucking one.
Mm.
We had nothing against you. Just gave you praise. Shit, a couple weeks ago. A couple times. Rooting for you. But now you can kiss my ass.
Ooh, child.
And that's all you can do about it. And maybe go to Clubhouse and talk about it. You know, in the closet. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't have time for your shit. And appreciate your job. Take care of your family. That's your responsibility. That's your duties.
I think it was so kind of him to alert his idols that he was taking them. I think it was so sweet of him.
Yeah. Well, we can call that. I mean, it's some haterism somewhere.
Mon is a big ass weirdo. He's weird.
Do y'all want to take any questions from the comments? I was going to drop the link because it sounds like a lot of people got a lot to say.
Yeah.
We're going to drop the link, honey. Anything that y'all are calling Sharrell bitter, Perry tied, CTV just jealous child.
Well,
Nah,
yeah, I
that's
mean, because
ridiculous.
look, and that's my
Anybody
point.
who supports that behavior, there's something wrong with you. To
Noted.
have him come over there cracked out of his head talking nonsense when he's supposed to be thankful to the people that got him there. Something wrong with you.
Right. It should have been a celebration moment.
It should
Right?
have been.
Should be. Right?
He's worried about
Like,
somebody
hey,
he never met before. That's
you know
weird.
what, though? I would have thanked all my subs for supporting me that helped guide you to
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
Why are you going to break out? You know, by the way, my neighbor, I don't like them. We don't even fucking know you. Never met you.
Right.
I never was your dentist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You would have
With
think
the-
that we found him at a free event and threw raid in his face, Perry.
well, yeah. I mean,
You would have
think that,
thought
right?
we made him go live and talk about having to get restraining orders and protective orders against a bitch.
But now I didn't know that he had problems with Cardi. He's a weirdo. Like he does this for attention, and if he feels like he needs attention from you, then he goes and starts acting crazy. Because I've seen him lose it with a lot of people. It's like, what? You don't really know what's going on until you're sitting in the seat. Like this came out of nowhere.
And here's the
Something's
thing:
wrong.
when TGIF raps, is he also going to take responsibility for why it comes to an end? You know, because everybody, yeah.
But he don't know that. Let him celebrate and let him get it all out of his system, because he gonna feel real stupid when he realizes what's really going on. Like, what is wrong with? I don't know. Something wrong with him. Either he's immature, or high, or both, which is a dangerous combination. But you just don't go around picking fights with people for no people you idolize. You don't do that.
Well, let him enjoy his night. Well, not really, because he wanted to wake my wife up. But what I'm saying is, let him enjoy it, and let's see who get the highest rating tomorrow, GTIF or Funky.
Ugh.
If you were so great and you was destined for when you was on Facebook, MySpace, all this crazy shit, let's see how great you really are.
That's his first mistake. You don't tell people how special you are and how great you are, and
Well,
how,
well,
like
well,
he's
wait,
just
well,
so
well,
weird. He's a
Sharrell, the
weirdo.
problem is you do if nobody ever tell you.
Mm, mm.
See, at childhood, nobody said, "Oh, you're a good kid. You this, you got talent." We've told him that, but he don't want to hear it. He want to hear it from his parents.
Well, I didn't know that he was going on the internet crying and then like having that kind of weird, the back and forth. That's weird.
Because
That's
so here's nope. I was gonna nope. I ain't gonna do it. QQ says CTV, my personal opinion is your personality, swag, intellect, sense, charm, vocabulary range is perfect for the show, similar, and that's what Claudia is doing. Okay. That's why I keep telling y'all, like, there's no reason for me to be upset. I didn't get dubbed out of anything. I didn't get snubbed out of any motherfucking thing. I chose the hill that I'm going to live on. So once again, shout out to Claudia. Claudia believes so too, and that's why the things that are happening right now are the things that are happening right now. So I mean, I just feel so bad for her if she thought that it was going to be a flex to anybody here, because Sharrell had never auditioned to begin with, and I was offered the opportunity. I never even had to audition either. That was the gag. And it's weird that anybody, well, you have to know that a bitch never had something when they have to feel that they made it as a replacement.
Right.
wow. Just going on on YouTube channels telling you feel incomplete. He got a lot going on. Just
it's a lot. No, that's a lot there. It's a lot there for real.
He's a weirdo. He needs counseling.
No. And then, like, as much as I can say, I never said a good thing about him, but I do feel sorry because he do need some kind of help.
He do.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
I mean, because, like, he's young 30s. That kind of way is going to put him in a bad spot at retirement time, which, for him, so he'll know, we never applied for no GTFI, anything. And we got our money. We retired. You the one that got to work. We did our time.
And Sharrell ain't somebody so desperate for fame that she's running down to the ghettos of California to free events to getting the hell beat out of her.
Exactly.
I mean, he's the only one putting feet to the pavement. I mean, he's the only one getting airlifted out of the building. I mean, he's the only one that
no.
next morning.
No.
I mean, are you serious?
Exactly. But
are we gagging yet?
You get the grind to get what you get to go, but when you get it, appreciate it.
Yeah,
He should have been all celebrating.
Yeah.
And obviously, he don't keep an eye on YouTube to see what's going on. We congratulated him, supported him. But then now you want to wake a motherfucker up? Well, now we awoke.
You can tell that Perry is a seasoned man, baby, because that sleep is a serious accomplishment, bitch. And when you wake a motherfucking nigga up out of his shit,
but he telling the truth.
Whole problem.
We supported Armand, and then he go and run out. Wait, look at me now, bitch! Look at me now! Like, what is wrong with you? You are a nut job.
Look at me now on YouTube. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Look at me. I'm on the top of the world. I got a 3-month contract for $22,000. You made that on your own channel, hopefully. Just saying.
Harry, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, something wrong with the voice, something wrong with him. I've never seen immaturity like this. It's weird.
It's greed and lack of attention as a child.
Greed? He's not getting paid much. What do you mean?
Well, no. It's the attention, lack of attention. Because wherever him and his man is, it's probably a 2-bedroom, one is a studio, and one where they sleep.
Well, in one place he had to relocate because across the hallway was a meth head who had overdosed in the apartment, and the stench was oozing through the front door into the hallways, so he
Wait,
had to
what?
request another
Say it again?
floor. Yeah, he had to move out of one apartment because he was living across from a meth head who had overdosed.
Well,
And they had to do a whole investigation on the floor. He had to move to another floor, and then apparently
That's another thing. Why would he start shit with me and all the stuff going around the internet? Remember the eviction everybody was talking about?
right now, see
Like,
that's
what is wrong with you? You got a bad reputation. You need to be making friends, not enemies.
that's what I was gonna bring up, right? Because I watch YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen stories that, yeah, he could say this, but you get evicted. And I can sort of lean to the part evicted because you are saying you got to move. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? I got to go here.
evicted. He got evicted. I mean, he's
Yeah.
got a lot of bad stuff going around about him on the internet. That's what's weird. It's because we never said that stuff. We congratulated him,
No.
said he did a good job, and then he turns around and stabs in the back. I just want an explanation for
Well,
what.
no, I mean, people go through personal shit, and like that's why I ain't never want to touch it. I just thought, I mean, look, I ain't trying to wish a black man failure, right? You know, that's the whole thing. But don't wake my wife up. That's what I'm saying. Like, deal with your problems privately. Don't come on here, wake up my wife with some bullshit.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Hollywood now. Last time I fucking checked, you left Manteca and you went to LA. So you could have been West Hollywood, wherever the fuck you at. You know what I'm saying? That's where you at. I'm on TV now. There's no TV I'm on. Let's keep it real. You on YouTube. YT. Okay? Let's keep it real. That's where you at. And you was in Hollywood when you was at the Zeus parties and got punked.
I mean, he needs to know that most men take up for their wives. So he had to know that I'm not really going to fight with you. I'm going to let my husband do it. He's so weird. He's really weird.
Yeah, maybe he waiting for his man to wake up.
He's weird.
You're talking to a man whose man ran out the back door as he was getting lump upside his head at a free event.
Oh,
So
Lord.
He wouldn't know
For
anything
real?
Okay, well, never mind.
about how a husband shows up.
Well, then they're almost hopeless then. Don't you think? He ran out the back door.
He's a
Wow.
weirdo. He's a big ass weirdo. And
Yeah.
I don't know. He done barked up the wrong tree because there ain't nobody fucking with you.
I feel completely affirmed to be a part of anybody's acceptance speech. Like, I love that we have added to his motivation to be productive, to work, to get up in the morning, to clock in, you know, to put that motherfucking shit to the floor. I am excited that we got to do that. I'm excited that we got to be that because maybe that's what I need. Because, you know, sometimes when I don't want to do this shit, there ain't a single bitch that comes to my mind. So I sit here and just not do it. But but in order to be energized, maybe I need to carry people I don't like around inside of me so that I can never have an off day. Maybe I need to like obsess and hold people in my spirit so that, you know, I'm up on this bitch 7 days a week, busting my ass so I can have something to prove.
No, Conscious, answer this question for me. What did he think Perry was going to do when he assaults his wife? What did he think Perry was going to do? Because Perry give you the treatment. Go ask.
Well, maybe Conscious just explained that. He thought I would run out the door like his man did.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just simply saying that's the only thing I can guess.
I'm asking Conscious because you know the weirdo. You know the weirdo, Conscious. What did he think Perry was going to do?
I think he's not worried about Perry because he knows that he prefers a studio job now so that he does not have to get lumped upside his head and be ran down on by Perry like the last abuser did on his ass. So I feel like, you know, he's mighty comfortable that he has a in-home job safe away from ass whoopings that he otherwise would be running head first into, you know, by having to commute through the city. And maybe that's a part of just why he feels emboldened is because he's trapped in his 4x4. And he never has to run into Perry because he's clocking in every day from his laptop from bed.
I
The
mean,
little
but he
green
knows any man protects their wives. So he is not starting a beef with me. He's
Well,
starting a beef with
maybe,
Perry.
maybe he thought because I never said nothing, even after the Jason Lee incident,
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
went into the closet and talked about it, I left it alone because I knew he was in the closet
Mhm.
on club. What's that little site that he
No,
go
it's
and talk his little
Station
shit?
Head. It's Station Head, not
Station
Clubhouse.
head, or whatever. Station
Hmm.
head, right? So I just figured that's what he think. I ain't gonna say nothing. But when you come on YouTube, because he would never bring this shit to YouTube. When
Hmm.
you want to wake my wife up, I'm gonna respond to you on YouTube
Hmm.
and fuck you
I,
and you a bitch.
I don't understand. He told Sharrell to wake up. She's up. I don't get it. I don't. I'm trying. The math is mathing, if you ask me.
Well, conscious, they go back to starving for attention.
Oh God.
Okay.
He want the likes. He want the likes.
Mm.
Now he's laying there now with that little bottle of wine with the gold label on it that inspired him. He manifested himself into that little gold label, and now he's sitting there like, oh yeah, well, I'm finally getting what I want. Yeah, you get what you want, but you a bitch.
Mm.
And we can come back tomorrow and finish it up.
Mm. I
Yeah.
mean, it's no secret I'm married to Perry. You just started a beef with him for no reason, and now you ain't gonna be able to stop it. Ask your boy Official King Payne. No
Yes.
sense, nothing. The boy's out of his mind. He's got the big head. He ain't been at the job a whole week yet, and he's so high, he's so special, he's above everybody.
I
Child.
think that Sharrell and Perry feel even more like reactive to it because they were literally going out of their way the past few weeks to actually be positive and to be supportive and to say, and we're saying nice things about him. So once again, it creates this what the fuck factor because it's just like, what the fuck is your problem, bitch? Like, if a bitch holds you accountable, that's a problem. If a motherfucker turns around and supports you, that's a problem. Like, so just get your problematic ass up out the bed. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Sharrell here, you know, I mean, it's a lose-lose situation, which was going to be my question to y'all then, because I'm interested to know what, like, when y'all were considering speaking positively about him, despite the fact that he tried to come for your neck, Sharrell, and he tried to weaponize his little audience against you unsuccessfully, and all of that had happened. Like, what compels y'all to still like reach down? Because I'm gonna tell you what goes on in my mind when my actual humanity is like, you know what? I feel like just being nice because I'm just a sweet bitch. Let me just be sweet. But then when I think about sometimes the bitches I might extend a little bit of sweetness to, I'm like, when was the last bitch this bitch was sweet to?
But you have to understand, Conscious, when I made that comment about Jason Lee, I was speaking from my heart. That's how I felt.
Right.
I didn't think, oh, now we're going to have the beef of the century. I never went back and watched his channel because he's younger than me and I'm not interested in the subjects that he talked about. I just went on about my business. I had no idea this fool was still seething and smoldering and holding in anger because I sided with Jason Lee. I did not side with Jason Lee. I said it's not a good look to burn bridges. That's all I said. And that's how I felt. And I would tell that to anybody.
And you even said that it's not even like the fight, it's how you fight. Like, you wasn't even telling him to lay down and take it. You were just telling him, there's a way to handle.
Just think about this. Yeah. Jason Lee knows everybody. Name one person he doesn't know.
And to your point, Sharrell, he got to learn that for himself when he spent the year acting like we were the bad guy, only to come back to YouTube and tell us that he's had a sorry, tacky ass year. Because nobody was fucking with him. So he got to consider whether the math was in fact mathing. Because I told him as well that you, like, when you got people who so-called gatekeepers, etc., like, you won't even know the doors that have been closed. You won't even know it. Like, it won't even be something that'll even make it into your experience. So you won't even be, now you might be experiencing the impact of not making it. Like, oh, you keep coming back with 0 times anything keeps equaling fucking 0. So then You know, that kind of lets you know what it is. Even I told him, like, I believe that anybody can get this work. I don't believe that anybody is above accountability. I don't give a fuck if it's a mentor. I don't give a fuck if it's a civil rights leader. I don't give a fuck who it is, your parents. I don't give a fuck who it is. Every motherfucker can come under confrontation. But to Sharrell's point, like, you do want to read the room and apply some motherfucking wisdom. And you want to be tactful in the way you gather and the way you strategize your way when you're dealing with people with so-called power. And that's really all Sharrell was fucking saying. She wasn't telling him to be bitch ass, punk ass nigga and to just kiss Jason Lee ass and to just bow down and take it and to just... No. That wasn't what she was saying.
And Conscious. And what Sharrell said in that video, I'm going off my memory. We talked about it. We said, hey, we can understand how frustrating you may get with certain things, but let's not burn bridges on social media. Right? And you got to be careful how you burn bridges. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to be around them, just back away a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But people tried to make it because his followers didn't want no negative, anything said about him, about him. Right? Well, the whole thing is, look, we just said, from our experiences, what we learned. Now, you could take it through one ear and be out the other, right? Obviously, it wasn't through one ear out the other because he went to station head. But that's fine. I mean, like I said, he's not our child. And we're not willing to adopt. So his problem is his problem, right? I mean, we can't save America, right? We just gave you our opinion, whether you agree or not agree. But we can have disagreements, but we never said anything negative about him. And then he go to station head, do what he gonna do. You know how social media is. We got every report on what he said over there on station head, right? But the whole thing is, look, dude, tonight was your night to celebrate, and I'm surprised these same people who gave you information about what we could have said or about you burning bridges, never told you we congratulated you too. And my wife just talked about the interview with him and Storm. Just how, it was great. But now, because you get a promotion, you get a temporary job at the temp agency, right? You want to come at my wife?
That was the T stand for, temp?
Temp, yeah. Wow. That's exactly what it stands for. It's like a seasonal help. You pick a person up. Because, like, you act like you just got a government job where you there for life, as long as you did the right thing. No, you got a contract, and that shit ends. Why is Funky gone? Contract pretty much came to an end, right? But he want to come out here and act like, oh, I'm so great now, I'm on TV. Bitch, you on YouTube.
Hey, Nosy. I'm going off on Armand because that dumb motherfucker. Let me tell Nosy, listen, I got an
understatement, Nosy.
That dumb motherfucker gets hired at TGIF, but he don't know that we know that you was the last one offered the fucking contract, right? He don't know that we know they paying him crumbs. He goes on to give us a celebration speech that he made it, and then out the blue talk about, oh, Sharrell thought I wasn't gonna never be nobody. Look where I is now. Go wake up, Sharrell. Eyes here, eyes on the top. The whore. He started talking shit like, what the fuck? Nigga, I wasn't even on your radar. Because you remember, Nosy, it was a rumor going around that motherfucker loved him some coke. And there was a picture going around with the coke up his nose. I never talked about it.
It's not a rumor, Sharrell. He admitted that he loves to ski slopes in Alaska.
He said it?
Yeah, he admitted it.
Something wrong with Armand. He said that?
Yeah, he said he does he sniff a little bit here and there, he get it going.
I didn't know he meant it.
Pills and potions. It's pills and potions.
He is. And so, but now that the stuff that they be saying, you could tell something wrong when he's strung out, because he go on YouTube crying, nobody loves me, and no one watches me, I need some attention. Then they give you a little job that's gonna run out in 3 fucking months. Check the stats. You didn't even ask about the company you want to work for, stupid. And then you gonna give a celebration speech and you want to talk about me. Well, you're not talking about me. You talk about my husband. So there. Why don't you go fight another man? Okay, that's something you ain't good at.
And I don't think some of y'all are like listening. I'm giving y'all the game, but y'all just not like picking it up. Like people are saying, like, okay, like R&B just said, why would they hire him? Do people like him? He's not very likable. If you go on the Instagram page, the comments are flooded with people saying, I hope this is not. I hope he's not. I'm checking out if it is. I can't do the bash black woman energy. I can't do because apparently he said something about Keke Palmer deserving to get her ass whooped or beat the hell out of. And of course, there's been like him laughing at Claudia over her SA experience. And there's just been like one thing after the other. So like a lot of and because TGIF is a big female basis, what you have is like, to your point, Sharrell, like I realized through some of the criticism as well that like a lot of the women who support TGIF particularly, these women are more like mature.
Can you tell me about the SA situation? I never heard that.
Yeah, so Claudia had got SA in her youth, and that had been something that she had struggled with. She also shared that on my platform. She's also shared that on TGIF. And there was a situation that came up. I forgot who they were talking about, but it had something to do with a man being essayed, etc. And there was like some banter about like men being essayed versus women being essayed. And so Claudia had, asserted her own experience to say, I'm speaking as a victim in order to explain, why basically some victims don't speak at all, why they don't tell at all, why they don't run to the authorities at first, etc. And when she started speaking about being SA, there was like laughter from Horsey and Al, and it was very cringy. And the both of them got dragged to hell in the comment sections, and a lot of people were like feeling away. And what I realized through the demographic of TGIF is that this is not the same group of like consumers who per se like the salacious, immature rhetoric. These are people who like to, they like to laugh, they like to have a good time, but they also like to hear well-formed perspective. They like to hear things that are sensible. They like a full circle commentary, which is a part of why Funky Dineva works, because unlike Funky actually has intellect. He has intellectual range. If you watch the show, you can see where Horsey drops the ball at. He can't talk about politics. He completely opts out. He can't talk about sports. He's a one-trick pony, and it obviously falls flat when it comes to that. But where some people feel like he does good at is making shit really edgy and pretty much being an agent of chaos. And because there's an audience for that, like there's consumers who like shit to be explosive, shit to be volatile, shit to be earthquaking, shit to always be messy as hell, and oh my god, like there's an audience that loves all that, and that's a big part of his audience. The comment section is filled with like the dichotomy of TGIF female consumers who are like, no, this isn't going to work for me. Like, I don't want to come here every day and feel gaslit. I don't want to come here and feel like SA is not taken seriously. I don't want to see another black man going to fuck in on black women like he done lost his fucking mind and didn't come out of a black wound. Like, but then there's his influx of audience who is more low vibrational. They're here. Like these are the same people who like also Unhinged. Like Armand and Unhinged kind of also share supporters. Like there's a reason why he wanted her as a mentor. Like he's of the same energy, of the same cloth. So it's going to be people who are on their way out the door, but then there's going to be an audience on its way in, and it's the audience who likes kind of the low vibrational energy that Horsey brings to any situation. You know, she's making a mess of shit.
But who's gonna laugh at a woman getting SA'd?
People who have no emotional depth, people who lack EQ, people who lack. I mean, you're talking about somebody who, you know, pretty much victim blame Megan Thee Stallion. You're talking about somebody who called OG from Basketball Wives a monkey and said she did.
Who called her a monkey?
Armand called her a monkey. I remember all of the controversy when Evelyn and OG had got into it, and Evelyn had posted the monkey emoji.
Now that gets to me right there.
Yeah,
and then
it was a lot of, and then Evelyn got dragged, but then Horsey caught himself trying to double down and be like, "Well, she does look like a horse, like she does look like a monkey, like she does. Like y'all just be mad because people be calling it for what it is. Like she does look like a damn monkey." And then black women were trying to cancel. It's just been one thing after the other, after the other.
Who would listen to this motherfucker after calling a black woman a monkey? Who in their right mind would listen to him? And why would TGIF hire somebody with that background? This is on TGIF.
Right.
No. Now he's laughing at people
on TV.
Calling black women monkeys.
Yeah, no, Sharrell. I mean, they is because look.
No, I gotta speak up for my sisters that can't.
No.
Bringing that color struck shit back into our culture. I ain't got time for him.
But maybe TGIF just know. Let me just find this guy. Like every news channel at 6, news at 6, you find some brother. Well, what happened was they found the nigga.
Yeah, sure
that
did.
would say what the fuck they want to hear on their network.
I need TGIF to answer some questions. If you know this man has a history of being color struck, why would you bring him to your channel?
It's because nobody is picking up what I'm putting down. Remember what I shared with y'all. Justin, one of the head producers who's also over hiring, who outsourced for talent, him and Horsey are good buddies, so he got a buddy pass. It's pretty much an opportunity that came by way of relationship.
I have a woman audience. I'm gonna have to see if this sits with them. We up here watching some men that is making fun of women getting SA, being color struck. Just a straight up jackass. Yeah. And any woman that sits there and support Armand Wiggins, something wrong with you. A doped up colorist. I don't play that shit.
He had more to say. It was a situation where Nicole Murphy had cheated on her dude, and there was like these pictures that were going viral of Nicole Murphy, who's Eddie Murphy's ex-wife, and the dude she was with was a married man. No, yeah, he was the one who was cheating with her, so she was the side piece, and they had pretty much got caught like on vacation together, this exotic vacation. And like she was getting dragged, like Nicole Murphy was getting dragged for being coleslaw. She was being dragged for being tater tots. And Armand, for whatever reason, once again decided to make it a colorist situation and was telling dark-skinned black women that they just a bunch of haters and mad that Nicole is light-skinned and prettier than them.
Oh,
they tried to cancel him again.
Are you serious?
Yes,
they gotta answer some questions. They gotta be accountable. You put this man in front of us, who you know has a history of demeaning black women. Oh yeah, this just getting started. Yeah, you want to wake me up? Well, I'm woke. Now let's answer some fucking questions.
Oh God, tomorrow is gonna be too much.
No. You want to wake me up? Oh, you colorist asshole. That shit ain't cute. Oh. Any woman sitting in the chat supporting this motherfucker is stupid. You dumb. He's using you for a view if you ain't light skinned.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, I mean, he told him.
Wow.
I'm going to come on once a week and I'm going to do what I want to do. So if you don't like it, fuck it. Just watch me on TTIF.
Pull that colorist shit with me. I don't play that. Men like that is ignorant. He probably worshiping white women too. I'm they need to answer some questions. You know he got a reputation for being a cokehead, so y'all know he doped up. But when you talk about a woman being SA, you got to be real delicate with that situation because men don't understand what that shit is fucking like.
All right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
asshole.
No,
Our
I agree.
niggas is trash. Trash. And
Look, this why,
that
like, this is why
idiot.
See, this is why I initially was off-put it by him years ago because I didn't know who he was. Somebody that used to be subscribed to his channel had hit me up on Facebook and was like, "Can you please drag this nigga?" And I was like, "Well, what's going on?" I didn't know who he was. I had never heard of him at that time. And it was like, he's over, like, it was through her that I got whiff of the Nicole situation and all of that. So then I was looking at the commentary and the link she shared. And I was like, God damn, like, I cannot, like, he's just unnecessarily disgusting and repulsive and divisive and just has something definitely in, like, there's an internalized nastiness that comes from some type of predisposition. And so off the top, I was never a fan. And then once I had saw the content that some of the women who were also subscribed to me as well, because, you know, all content creators share a certain degree of subscribers amongst each other. So there are people who subscribe to me, who subscribe to him, the same thing with all of us. So,
right,
you know, once I saw that content, I was already like, oh, I don't fuck with him, period. Just off of the strength of what I saw. Then he had fell out with T.S. Madison, and that shit got real nasty because he had brought on one of her arch nemesis, who is now passed away, Cookie Tookie. And Cookie Tookie and him sat up and basically used the death of T.S. Madison's best friend, Mrs. Eve, to harass and emotionally injure T.S. Madison by saying that, you know, she has stole all of Miss Eve's furniture out of her home and wouldn't give Miss Eve's mother any of her stuff, that, you know, she got her dead girlfriend still up on the P-word websites because her and Miss Eve did sex work and were both in the industry. Everybody knows how T.S. Madison got her start. And all of this was over T.S. Madison not inviting him to Thanksgiving to give him a to-go plate.
What?
And it turned into this really bizarre, over-the-top, like, witch hunt against Madison, who was just like, girl, I don't even get it. Like, I didn't even know a to-go plate meant that much to you. I didn't know that a Thanksgiving invite meant a lot to you. And so then when I saw that, because I'm Team Maddie, and I also didn't get it, I was just like, that was the second thing. I was like, oh, this nigga is really like, what the fuck? Like this nigga is just weird. Like you said, he is a emotional little person. Like he really is handicapped emotionally. And so then fast forward, I end up being invited to do a panel that at the time his childhood best friend was on, Holiday Heart, aka Burger King Crown. And Burger King Crown did not know at that time that me and Horsey did not really care for each other, because at that point my commentary was public. Like I had did commentary about the T.S. Madison thing and spoke about how really weird he was and da 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 da. So then Burger King Crown tells me that he had mentioned me in a car ride.
Here, you know who Burger King Crown is?
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
So
oh my!
He had mentioned that he had brought me up when the panel got assembled. He was like, yeah, you know, like there's another content creator who's a part of the panel, CTV, da 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 da. And Burger King Crown had told me that like Horsey just was like going fucking ballistic and going the fuck off like, oh, I don't fuck with her. And so at this point, you know, I'm just getting to know Burger King Crown, so I actually feel bad. So I'm like, you know what, damn. Because I didn't want Burger King Crown to be uncomfortable, because we were going to have to do a panel weekly, and I just didn't want Horsey harassing Burger King Crown about it privately. I didn't want him putting him in a position to like have to choose between me and Burger King Crown. I just didn't want him giving no smoke, because that's just how communal I am. So I took it upon myself, and Burger King Crown did not ask me to do so. I just decided, because I know how it goes in situations like this, I had decided to message Horsey Face on Instagram, and I just basically told him like, hey, you already know that I'm doing a panel or with your best friend, I feel like this is then the perfect opportunity for us to come to an understanding about the tension between us, because I really don't want Burger King Crown being put in the middle of this. So if we can come to a resting space, then that'll make me happy, because I know that that will alleviate any type of pressure and tension from and with Burger King Crown. So that's when he decided to share with me, like, yeah, I didn't appreciate your commentary on T.S. Madison, and you never like reached out to me for my side, and I just felt like you should have had reached out to me but my whole thing was like, why did I have to reach out to you when you were already being vocal? You were the one doing all the live streams. You were the one already sharing your side. So I really didn't feel like there was anything to ask you. You was the one putting it all out on the floor. So what else, like, what other question was I supposed to come to you with when you're the one blasting all of this off? You're the one at war with her. You're the one going live doing content on her. I feel like I know everything there is to know about your side, and I still don't agree. But he kept pressing the issue and really felt the way that I did not consider his plight. And I remember even in that conversation between us, I remember sitting back thinking to myself, like, my God, this dude really doesn't have the ability to see like that he's wrong. He insists upon being absolutely right. He doesn't hear anything or see himself in the equation at all. And you can only yes man him. There is no other alternative. So to let bygones be bygones, I said, look, all right, if anything else comes up, I will definitely have no problem reaching out to you. If your name ever comes up in situations and I want to go to report on the news, like, I will give you the luxury of, asking you for your feelings, blah, 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 da, 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 da. So, okay, we don't care if Madison and Horsey are good friends, bitch. I'm talking about me and Horsey. I don't like her and Horsey being friends or not is irrelevant. I'm talking about my situation. Open up your ears, bitch. Like, I'm using all of the vowels. So that happens. That's cool. And then he even does an episode on the panel that I was on at the time, and he invites us to do his show, which at the time I think he had something like the Boys Club or the Boys Chat or some shit like that, which was inspired by the Gentleman's Panel, which was the panel I was on. Like, that's how he got his idea for the Boys Chat. So he had came on, he had wanted us to come on to jail with his crew and da-da-da-da-da-da. It never ended up happening because the host of the Gentleman's Panel really just didn't fight for it. He really didn't give a fuck to have us really do it. So that just never took place. And then, and that was kind of that. And I kind of fucking forgot why the fuck I even went into all of that. But I guess I say all that to say, like, the situation, like, I'm okay with the way that I feel personally with this person, because for one, I started off not really caring for his energy and for his politics and for the way he thought about the world and the things he resulted to in his very immature, feeble-ass understanding of things. That was already not my type of bitch intellectually. However, there are now 2-3 different scenarios where I put that aside and I attempted to be in general community with this person. And I honestly did that for the sake of other people. I never really ever tried to make things okay for my own sake, because I could have personally went without us ever being on good terms. Every time that we were on good terms, it was off the heels of me being diplomatic and me thinking about other people. But now I don't give a fuck. And I feel how the fuck I feel. He only justified why the fuck I don't like him at all. I'm also perfectly okay with him having supporters and fans. I don't give a fuck, because I don't have to be a fan. I don't have to be a supporter. I don't have to like him.
Who's a fan of somebody making fun of somebody that's
a delusional bitch? But that's also the thing that I want the supporters to understand. Like, just because you go up for a motherfucker don't mean everybody else do. Like, there's a lot of successful comedians that we're all also not a fan of. Like, there's plenty of fucking successful, like Amy Schumer. Don't find her funny. That's just fucking me. But obviously the bitch sells out. the Madison Square Garden. That's perfectly fine. That still don't make me a goddamn fan, and I'm not one of the 1 million people in Madison Square Garden buying goddamn tickets to be entertained by her. So you can like who the fuck you like and enjoy who the fuck you enjoy. Why you think that who you a fan of all of a sudden becomes somebody to everybody else, and then if they dare not be a fan, if they dare not be their cup of tea, they are a hater? You're weird. You're fucking weird. As if people don't have the right or just don't, they just don't care for a person's entertainment. It's just not their style. It's just not their stilo. It's just not their fucking form of entertainment. Like, no, I don't find him funny. No, I don't find him entertaining. No, I don't find him to be fascinating. To be honest, we have 2 different fucking platforms. I host panels and get into deep discussions about sociology and fucking relationships, and we talk about God. I mean, we be getting into Black woman, racism, colorism, queerness. I mean, we get into the things, and we also gag and roast and do hot topics. All he does is report on rap beef, and really, honestly, don't even do commentary unless he can kind of stir the pot and agitate the situation. That's not necessarily my type of content. If that was the case, I would also be subscribed to Unhinged, who I'm also not subscribed to, who was never my personal cup of tea, whose content I never ever indulged in, despite the fact that she had 900,000 subscribers. I had 1 million. I'm not one of the million. You know, Sharrell's not one of the million. So people are not per se haters just because they're not entertained by the same bitch you're entertained by. Like, just not entertained. Just not my cup of tea, and that's okay.
While I'm sitting here talking to you, I looked up him calling the Black woman monkey. He took it down, but somebody recorded it.
Mm-hmm. And that wasn't the
This
only
is
time.
absolutely outrageous.
And that
This
wasn't the
man
only
gets to
time.
sit up here and promote colorism. They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at his sorry ass excuse. That's never okay. What are they thinking? That don't fly with me.
And Critical Thought has said Claudia will see she made the wrong choice when she makes colorist and anti-Black woman comments. But Tanya already had responded to that. Claudia didn't make the decision. The executives of Fox did. So yes, Claudia did not make the decision for Armand to sit there. Claudia is a host. She get paid.
Why does everybody think that? It's so weird.
Well, because she is because it's like being the leader of any group. Everybody will always think that everything that's happening is because of you. And they don't understand, you know, the other politics. Like, you know, like there's a label, there's management, there's PR, you know, there's all these other moving parts. So because Claudia is kind of the face of TGIF and she's the one who created the show, a lot of people thinking that like she's the one who's doing all of the hiring. Honey, if Claudia was doing all of the hiring, bitch, y'all would have saw a whole different lineup of people sitting in them goddamn chairs. Okay, because Claudia wanted a whole lot of people in that seat aside from just me. Okay, but once again, I'm sitting over here well and pretty because Claudia has carved out an entirely, she got a whole situation going on that I've been integrated into that I'm super excited about. So, you know, I can't speak for the other YouTubers and the other people who, you know, Claudia was considering bringing on to the show. I don't know what else has been extended to them. I don't know if y'all would see her and them together, etc., girl. But all I know is that I'm good. Like, I'm with her. So, it ain't no reason for me to be bitter about a situation I was offered before he was offered. Matter of fact, the only reason he got offered is because I'm the one who presented the idea of the rotating chairs. I'm the one who presented the idea that YouTubers should be brought in. And the situation was offered to me first and motherfucking foremost, bitch. And I'm the one who passed it up for a better opportunity. Because there's a long game that I'm playing. I'm not a desperate content creator who is so desperate that I'm looking to just jump into any situation. I want things to make sense money-wise. I want things to make sense time-wise. And once again, there are things that I'm not going to get into for the sake of protecting the infrastructure that's going on over there because it's also not necessary. But I'm happy with the choice that I made. So I'm good. And I'm happy that me and Sharrell can be of immense inspiration for him to get his motherfucking ass to work. You better work, bitch.
I'd rather him not work. I just don't think he deserves.
Sharrell,
No, I
you
just
have
don't. No,
lived.
I really don't think somebody like that should be on camera. He's promoting hatred, self-hatred of your
Well,
own people. You're a
I feel like
coon.
he look, Sherelle, he would show himself in time, and then they'll make
Already
adjustments.
has, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me say this real quick. Nosy, I heard you. I will call you. I didn't know it was coming up so fast, but I'll call you tomorrow. I know it's late. I'll call you tomorrow hopefully before you go in. She says she's going in for surgery on Wednesday.
Oh, we sending you light and love, boo.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Um,
For real.
I
Prayers
want
out.
to read. I was trying to pull it up on my screen, but I want to read some of the comments
Yeah, go
here
ahead.
from under the Instagram page regarding like because Foxhole had did a page, they had did a post saying tonight the official co-host will be announced. The very first comment up says, "If it's Horsey, I'll stop watching right now. Please let it be TS or Dustin." Someone else said, "I like Dustin, but I have a feeling that it's Horsey." Hold on, let me go to this post. This the one I was tomorrow. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this comment came from, and it's the first up. It got a bunch of likes. It's from 310 Care Bear, who says, "If it's Horsey, you lost a lot of the black women you claim to love and built your fan base off of. But it is a Fox network after all, I guess. How y'all gonna let that man shit on so many black women on live TV and ask us to keep watching? It's not serving tea or fun shade when it's hateful. When laughing about SA and blaming women for
This is
changing
not
the
funny.
subject, yeah, and
Mm.
blaming women for or changing the subject, saying men are the main victims. This is why the black youth is confused. Our leaders feeding us poison, claiming it's a younger perspective when it's belittling our black queen." Someone else said, "I am sorry. It needs to be Dustin, someone who can calm Al the fuck down."
Mm-hmm.
Someone else says, "Dustin or Maddie, Horsey can't hang intellectually. If you don't know who Billy D. Williams is, you got no business there." And it just goes on and on. People saying, "I hope it's not Horsey. I hope it's anybody but Horsey. I'm not against Horsey, but I'm hoping for TS." Like, and there was even some fans who were calling Foxhole out, like, "Bitch, can't y'all hear us screaming from the bleachers, bitch? Like, can't y'all hear
Yeah.
our cries and y'all just gonna sit up here and ignore all this shit?" But once again, you gotta pick up what I'm dropping down for y'all. This situation, like the stars aligned in this situation for Horsey because, for one, he was the only person willing to take what he took, and for two, he had personal relationship to one of the producers. So yes, that's the trump card. And remember when we was just having a discussion a few days ago, y'all, and we was talking about politicking in the industry and how most of the industry, most so-called talent, or most people who like make it, have not even made it off talent. They've made it off relationship. They've made it off proximity. They haven't made it off talent. Everybody in the business knows that relationships are a good 70 to 80% of where you go, how far you go. It's not built upon whether you can cartwheel better, whether you can ice skate better, whether you can backflip better, whether you can pussy pop better. It's all about relationship, whatever that relationship is, whether you sucking and fucking the person, whether you doing something strange for an opportunity. We already know how the casting couch situation goes, or whether you just end up having a friend who in HR. You just got a motherfucking friend in HR, and you was able to just, quantum leap to the front of the line because of access to relationships. So there's that. So yes, the cries of Fox Soul or producers are going to let the original Fox Solar crowd be upset because they feel like in return they're getting a replacement of an audience. They're getting the black women who don't mind being gaslit over SA. They're getting the black women who don't mind being triggered up and being narcissistically abused by this individual, since this person has a very large black woman fan base. So yeah, one crowd is going out, but another crowd is coming in, and that's why they don't care to listen to what their original fan base is saying.
Oof,
It's a lot.
that's a mess.
Mm.
That's a mess. That's a mess. He's a mess. The show's a mess. It's just a joke. All of it.
Very bad.
And wait till you hear Perry what he's saying about OG. It's just what woman would listen to him in their right mind? No woman would listen to this.
Well, maybe these are kind of women.
Nah, I mean,
Not
it's
per
just not
se women, but a
cool.
kind of woman. But that's the thing, Sharrell. Not every woman, every viewer who they may be woman, but they're not here for political correctness. They're here to hear some roasting and gagging. They're here to get.
But what
get
part
into
of calling
the
a
thing.
black
Get
what
into
part
the
of calling a
thing.
black woman a monkey? What part of that is funny?
So I have read I have read the comments from some of the black women who are in support of or who justify that, and their attitude is, well, some people are just ugly. Some people do just look like monkeys. I mean, some people do look like a monkey. That's been their psychology. So for those black women, they don't see nothing wrong. They feel like, hey, he calling it how he see it, and they see it the same way. So ain't no need to be offended.
It is. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's so you always got. It's always a group, that's gonna put up with, allow, justify, stand behind some shit that can be argued nobody should be standing behind, supporting, and justifying. But I'm not surprised, Sharrell and Perry, because when it comes to the tea sector, I realize that the bar is very low. And that ultimately a lot of people are here to be entertained. They don't really give a fuck about colorism or homophobia or transphobia or protecting black women, or they don't give a fuck about these things. At the end of the day, the first and foremost priority is to be goddamn tamed. So, that's where the Wendy Williams and the Unhinged, because I think about this. Look at how Unhinged, right? Unhinged got blasted and sued for defamation for being a lying ass motherfucker. Then she lost 40,000 subscribers, and then lost her 1 million and went back into the high 90s. But then was so masterful and was very clear about the science of having an audience that she knew that her audience morality was short-lived. She knew that first and foremost why people are here to be entertained. So she boldly came back online and said, oh, don't worry about that, y'all. We'll get back to our million by half the year. We'll be back there by July. We'll be back there by June. And guess where the bitch was back at? 1 million by June. Now, this is a person who's lying, a person who's trying to use their platform maliciously against certain people. But then look at Lovely T, who still is on a very slow road to her 1 million, who ain't problematic per se, who literally just does her job, gives her perspective. You may or may not agree with it all the time, but she ultimately minds her business. She presents her content, and then she hauls ass. But yet, she ain't out here slandering nobody. She ain't out here ending up in no lawsuits. She ain't out here using her platform maliciously. But so why is she still struggling to reach 1 million while this other person with no moral compass, no moral fiber, who is malicious at heart, who does everything for a click and a view and a fucking coin and don't give a fuck about at whose expense it is continuously making it across the threshold, not one time, but did it fucking twice. It says even more about the audience than it even does about the unhinges. It says more about, what people really are here for. They're really here not to stand on business. They're here to laugh. They're here to escape their reality. They're here to get into the tea and the mess and to get in here for some bullshit. They're here for all of that. And that's ultimately why the system will continue to be very rewarding to bad behaving people, because bad behavior and
no, Conscious. It looks like it. It might look like they get away with it. It might look like Armand's not going to have to suffer any consequences for his poor behavior. But I believe in karma real strong. What comes around goes around. And the man is already distributed of living a tortured life. He's depressed and unhappy on the inside with himself. So sometimes you can't see other people's pain. Yeah, but he ain't going to get away with this either. He does not. And I ain't got to go on there and cuss him out. I'm a grown-ass adult. I know who to call.
Oh, gosh.
No, I do. I don't have to get on here and go back and forth because I'm not in preschool. You're bad. No, you're bad. No, you're bad. Nah, You're going to find out exactly why people say I have a lot of influence on YouTube. And no woman with a half a brain cell should be listening to him. Have you ever been essayed, men? Do you know what that's like? I need every man in the room to shut the fuck up.
That part.
You don't get to have an opinion on this. And when you think it's no big deal, you're going to find out it's a big deal. You're disgusting. Armand Wiggins is the biggest loser ever. And you give him a platform to ignore women's pain, to talk about us being hard. Don't worry. I got you.
See, now what you're talking about, Sharrell, is a world where people have morals, where there is an actual interest, not just in clicks and views and an audience, but the quality of the content. And unfortunately, because of capitalism, a lot of these networks and shit, they don't care, or else they would not push Bad Girls Club. They would not push Flavor of Love. They would not push Love and Hip Hop and Ratchet TV and capitalize off of people being low vibrational, hurting each other, shaming each other, fighting each other, commencing to violence against each other. Like, it's so unfortunate that this is the nature of a certain sector of the entertainment industry. But that's, I guess, where these people make sense at. They make sense in the Jerry Springer sector. Now, that's not my cup of tea. That's not your cup of tea. That's not Perry's cup of tea. And thank God there also exist other pockets of entertainment where we don't got to do all that. We ain't got to be fighting. We ain't got to be doused in the face. We ain't got to be kicked out of establishments. We don't have to be getting our ass whipped for free. We ain't got to be, we ain't got to be doing all that. Thank God for it. But I guess there is a niche market, and TGIF thinks that that's the market they want. So that's the market that they're going to get. And I guess the Fox Solas are about to see, including the producers, are about to see how that's going to go for them.
This is ridiculous. Anyway, I got to go to bed because y'all know I'll be.
I know y'all got to get the fuck up out of her, but this was amazing. Sharrell,
damn right.
But I'll call you tomorrow because it just doesn't sit right in my soul that this man gets to weaponize women and still have a platform. I don't know what the fuck Fox Soul is thinking. Yeah, that ain't cool.
I guess they in their Zeus network bag. they in their Zeus network energy, child. But hit me up tomorrow. Let me know what's up and everything, and I'll come to your house too.
Well, thanks for letting me
girl
talking and actually strategizing, because I don't go back and forth on the internet. That was his mistake. You should have wrote me a letter, but you want to go on the internet? I don't play like that.
We can now, but we can go back and forth if you want.
And that's for him, you and him to go over. But I really got to start making some calls, because that's just unnecessary. That's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Yep. Yeah, but thanks, Conscious. I appreciate it.
Y'all are welcome. I will see y'all later today. I love y'all.
Talk to you later. Thank you.
We love you too. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
That was Perry and his gorgeous wife, Sharrell, you guys. They came through with the come through. Armand requested Sharrell got up, baby. She got the fuck up, okay? He thought he had to prove something to her who ain't thinking about his ass. I don't even know how the hell I got inserted into the conversation, honey. I don't know why he think I would remotely feel any kind of way, girl. My energy has been completely positive toward TGIF from day one, honey. I feel really good. I'm already a part of a project that I can be proud of. And once again, shout out to Claudia Jordan for standing on business and for just being as resourceful and as dope as she is in terms of her belief in talent. She definitely has an eye out for it. And I really don't have any. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, like, I'm good. I mean, I'm motherfucking good. So, y'all tell me what y'all think, girl. Okay, even though y'all been going off, child. Y'all been going off, and y'all know I don't even be blocking that much these days because I kind of done transcended, all of the fool la la, honey. Can't no motherfucking up, I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be. Period. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, and I gotta make some phone calls too. So I will see y'all later. Bye.